till the sweat drop down all these, ski, motherfucker, ski. Okay. What's good with you? Show there. I'm mine again to the club at the 11th time. Can I play with your penny line? Yo, what's good with you? We got going on this thing. There we go. Make room, make room. It's a crazy app. Uh-huh. I look sleepy. No. My eyes are red because I got shit in my eyes when I was in the shower. I got shampoo in my eyes when I was washing my hair. So my shit's red as fuck right now. I'm not sleepy. I've been up since 4 o'clock, 3:50. What up, Allie? Actually been up since 3:30. Matter of fact. But yeah, my eyes look red as fuck. That's from the shower. Uh-huh. That's funny. That's funny. Hey man, what up, Black Pearl? I like Diamond's lives, man. I like Diamond's lives. Get up in there, get your little tussle in. You know what I'm saying? Get you a little tussle early in the morning. I don't know what's going on YouTube. It don't look like nobody over there. Interesting. Y'all start at 2 YouTube. Hey man, it be fun. It be fun over there. Don't knock it. Don't knock it. I was like, you know what? I'll be sliding past Diamond Lives, and then I start listening. Then I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can get in this. Like most of the time when they be talking, I don't want to get into that shit. It don't be nothing. It don't be nothing I'm interested in. Vetting is just like, like sourcing a person, making sure the person is, a decent person. The interrupting gives you anxiety. Yeah, it be kind of wild. It do. The lies be funny. We can't share how we feel. What you mean, Ray B? What you talking about? Yeah, the YouTube chats is lit. I don't know what's going on YouTube. It's dry right now. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, what you mean, Ray B? We can't show how we feel. What you mean you can't share how you feel? What you talking about? Yeah. Uh, uh, yeah, that's crazy. I think it's interesting. But after today, I was like, nah, we gonna talk about it. We got to talk about it. Black Diamond is her handle. Black Diamond. Uh, yeah, I don't know what's going on YouTube. It's just it's some and TikTok is weird. I don't know. What two doctors say? What did my doctor say? I haven't gone to the doctor yet. Tomorrow. You get the notification first on YouTube, but it didn't come up. That's interesting. Yeah, it's only 30 people in there right now on YouTube. I don't know what's happening. And nobody's commenting, so I don't know. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm not gonna tell y'all what he said online. Privately, I'll tell you, not online. Emotional at 8 a.m. is crazy. Yeah, you know I had to do it. You didn't get the notification. Actually, yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is, though. We'll see. We will see what's going on. But hey, we here now though. Um, yeah, that cortisol level be high. Nah, that be the thing bringing it down. It got them. What up, Chi Chi? It got them. You know, make them. What up, Mel? It make them like they get to vent a little bit because they don't go to therapy and nothing like that. So they get a little baby vent session in, and then they be good to go. So. But the question is, why women? Why? Oh man, I forgot to put the R in there. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna even go back. Y'all gonna have to deal with that. It's ebonics. Why are women better at vetting than men? Is the question. You still haven't received it? That's crazy. Yeah, they wilding right now. Women are not better at vetting men. In my opinion, it's a waste of time. These days, we know that if their mouth is moving, they lie. Yeah, women are better at vetting. I think. I think women are better at vetting. I don't think vetting is a you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But um, for whatever little bit of vetting that people can actually do, I think women are better at it. You can vet somewhat, but I don't believe in the idea that you can like perfectly vet a person or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like the shit that people be talking about, you should have vetted better. I'm like, nobody, like anybody would have fell for that. You know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to know that this motherfucker we was gonna be married and then 10 years in they was gonna fucking leave me for, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you know that? Like, that's crazy. What else, Shemaine? That don't make no fucking sense. But for whatever you can do as far as it's concerned, as far as vetting is concerned, then yeah, you can vet. But I definitely don't think that I don't think men are good at vetting at all. To be honest with you, I don't think men are good at vetting at all because vetting takes emotional intelligence. It takes intelligence. It takes it takes perception. You know what I mean? The ability to perceive things of that nature. So yeah, I don't think men are good at vetting at all.
I feel like if you look at the numbers of veterinarians, it's like a lot.
I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Veterinarians, man. Appreciate you, man. Powers. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, they was trolling. We looking for you know what I'm saying? I took a gamble. We looking for them other people though. The ops. But yeah, I think women are better at vetting. I don't think I don't think men actually have to vet. You know what I'm saying? Like generally speaking, like yeah, it really ain't that hard to vet women. Women, women make it easy to vet for the most part. You know what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're signing up for with the woman. And usually, when women change, it's them like reacting or responding to the behaviors of men anyway. So even if your girl changed during the relationship, um, more than likely that was directly connected to how you treated her. So even as a man, you know what I mean? Like You know, like, oh, she different now. It's like, yeah, nigga, you've been fucking lying to her for 5 years. Now she ain't taking your shit. Okay. You used to be so, you know, malleable. Used to listen way better and all that type of shit. Fine. I hear you.
Quick questions. Okay, you say why women are better.
Yeah. Why are women better at vetting the men? I didn't put the R, but yeah.
So you're saying that women are better at vetting men?
Yeah, I think women are better at vetting men and women than men are. Yeah.
What is it with the epidemic of single baby mothers out there
then? Men.
They're better at vetting men, but they're supposed to be better at vetting these men. That's all I wanted to say, man. You have a good day.
Okay. Yeah. The single baby mother, quote unquote, epidemic. Is that food there? No. The single baby mother epidemic is caused by men, not by women. It's not caused by men. It's not caused by women vetting men or whatever. It's caused by men leaving women. Sorry to tell you, it ain't got nothing to do with the women in that case.
I just wanted to respond to his question real quick. If men dated men more and could have babies, there would be an epidemic of single baby fathers, or you know what I mean? Like
if women acted like men acted, there would be a bunch of single baby fathers. Yeah.
Like they say that if there's like some moral failing on the women, like, oh well, if they vet so good, why are there so many single baby mamas? Because men are willing to leave. Yeah. You don't your baby mama, the mother of your child or your children didn't stick around because you did such a good job at vetting. She stuck around because that's what moms do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't say that you vet so much better or you're so much better at discerning character or anything like that because you quote unquote chose a woman that wouldn't leave her kids. Women don't leave their kids in the same way that men do.
Not at all. They don't.
So yeah, that was the answer to the question you came up here and asked and ran because you didn't want an actual answer.
So what's the epidemic with the single baby mothers? The fathers of the children leaving. Next question. What up, Elise? Elise, what's going on? Hold on. Hey, what's happening with you?
How are you? I'm at work. What's up?
I don't know. They brought you up, so I was just curious. What was your take on the topic? I guess
they did. I'm not sure. I'm always in your chat going off on these people. I think they brought me up because I was called that one guy a loser.
Oh, you weren't. Yeah. Oh, they probably thought you were talking to me. That's why.
No, the guy who came up for 5 seconds to make his point and then run.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I've seen you in there a lot of times. I never, usually you be on point. So yeah. All right.
Well, yeah. All righty. See ya.
All right. Yeah, that's crazy. I be wishing better for y'all. I be wishing better for the men's. Ain't no way, New Jack. Yeah, that was weird. So I mean, yeah, the obvious answer is that men be men be men do the men shit and they impregnate women, they manipulate women, impregnate women, and then after the woman wises up and wants to leave him, he abandons not only the woman but the children as well. So that's what it would be. I don't believe in the concept of a single baby mother epidemic. I don't think that's an epidemic. Child abandonment would be an epidemic. Single women with kids shouldn't be an epidemic. That should be whatever. Somebody got to take care of the kids after the breakup. You know what I'm saying? More than likely it's going to be the woman because the men don't step up and are ill-equipped to do so. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As long as the women are provided for financially and supported, with, whatever labor or whatever help they need, then, I don't give a fuck. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Most of the time, the women are better off without the man. So that's just what it is. I would like for it to be different, but unfortunately, that's what it is. But earlier today, when I was in the live earlier, Yeah, fathers abandoning kids is an epidemic. saying single baby mothers is an epidemic is crazy because that's not an action or an act. Single baby mothers isn't an action or an act, right? Men abandoning their children is the action. That's the epidemic. That's the problem, not the women being abandoned. And trying to say, well, the reason why they're abandoned is because the women didn't vet better. That's not true. That's not true. Because if it's happening, if it's an epidemic, right, it means it's a widespread issue. Okay, fine. If it's a widespread issue, then how can women vet better if that means that either there's a combination. Either most men do it or most men are capable of doing it. So if most men are at the very least capable of doing it, how is that? How can women vet men? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? So basically, you're just making the case for 4B all over again. Avoid men at all costs. That's what New Jack Loaded is saying to women. Like, just avoid men at all costs. Like if I just hose it alive for fucking 4 hours a day, just telling women, yeah, man, y'all should just avoid me. And he would come up here and be like, what? Wait, hold on, buddy. Hold on, bucko. No. Women, we need more homes. We need more, we need more families. We need more homes. We need more families. No, bucko. What you want them to do, family? What do you want them to do? You're not making it easy for them.
And if you take it a step further, if you were up here actually, which I know you would never do, if you were up here telling women how to vet men and like what to look for or whatever, they would have an issue with that too.
Oh, 100%.
Say you're lying, not all men, you're projecting, that's just how you are.
Yep.
There's no way to win this game. Like they say all day long, women don't know how to vet, and that's how we end up in these situations with men. But anytime anybody, whether it's a man or a woman, try to give women advice on like what to look out for and what to avoid in men, there's always going to be a bunch of men running covers. The ones that are not like that, mind you, like, oh no, I would never, I don't know anybody. But they're deflecting from the conversation when you're trying to tell women what to look for and what to avoid.
Yep, that's 100%. And you know what's crazy?
Like they want you to be ignorant to this. They want women to not know, be ignorant, be naive, and think that the women who do try to tell you these things, they're the bitter ones, they're the lonely ones. Don't listen to them, right? Yep. And then when you listen to him and you end up with what you end up with, he'll say, "See, you should have chose better. You should have vetted better."
Well, I would love to have this dude up. We got you. You can come up if you want to. We made it easy for you. What up, Wade?
What's up, Black? How are you doing?
I'm good, man.
I'm good.
What's good? What you want to say, man? I'm listening.
Nothing. So what's the topic? Why
are women better than vetted men? I messed up and didn't put the R in there, but yeah, you get it.
So women, in terms of
choosing men,
women,
I think women vet their friends better, and I think women vet men better. Like it doesn't matter. I think women just vet better in general.
That's the case. There wouldn't be so much single moms out here.
That's not true.
Okay.
That you would make that make sense.
If women are so much better at better than men, how come most of them end up single moms?
Because men leave the women and they abandon their children.
So women should have vetted a better man that wouldn't do that, right?
Most men do that.
But then women are better at vetting.
Hold on, you're missing what's going on. If most men, right, I already laid this out. If most men are either capable of doing this or actually doing this, then how do you expect women to vet men better? Essentially, the only way to vet a man is to avoid a man altogether, correct?
Right. So then women are better at vetting, then they should just avoid men.
A lot of women actually are avoiding men.
I wouldn't see much single moms out here, you know?
Yeah, the birth rate is on the decline. Yeah, and you blame it.
For white people, not for black people.
For black people too.
Black people too. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the birth rate is declining for black women too.
Oh, man. Hey.
The single motherhood rate is also declining.
Yeah. Teenage pregnancies is down.
Yeah, because we had to shame all that shit that was going on.
No, that's because women.
You think your shame? The shame was in the way y'all act. That was the shame. The shame is in the way that y'all abandoned the children. That's the shame. It wasn't shame that stopped it. It was women being tired of being left alone with the babies.
Well, I don't think it was that either, Shan. Like, I mean, I think because women have always been tired of that. I think what it was women just not having to be with a man. I think that's the thing. I think it's just women. Yeah, women just like, I can go to college now. I get degrees. I can get a job. They were just like, why do I want to mess with fucking Wade when I could just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have my, you know.
Why you want to mess with a bum ass nigga like me?
Exactly.
But you missed the point, Wade, that in order for you to say that would mean that you believe men vet better because they don't end up single dads, right? As much as women end up single moms.
Well, I would have been out fucking. So both. How about that?
Okay. Anyway, like I was saying before, men aren't better at vetting. Women just don't abandon their children in the same way that y'all do. So men abandoning their children isn't an issue of women not knowing how to vet. That is a moral issue within men who are willing to abandon their children.
Damn, that pizza looking good. I'm finna go get me some pizza. What are you saying, ma'am? I'm sorry. That pizza caught me off guard. That should have been his own. But what are you saying, ma'am? I'm sorry.
Nothing. You don't have two brain cells to rub together, so.
Shit, I'm finna get some pizza.
Yeah, you
do
that. You do that.
It was good enough. I'm gonna come again tomorrow.
It's so easy to just pretend you weren't listening when a woman outlogics you. Y'all can't stand that. Like, y'all hate when a woman is more logical than you are.
Wade ain't got a logical fucking thought in his brain.
A lot of them don't, and that's why they be up here crashing out and getting mad. But especially, like, I think they can handle it a little bit more when you outlogic them because you do it all day, every day. But you're a man, so they don't get as mad as easily. True. But when a woman has more logic than them, yeah, they can't. They just glitch.
Teresa said the male loneliness epidemic is due to vetting. She also said Black women and white women have similar birth rates and sub replacement. I don't know where you got that Black women, the birth rate is up or whatever for Black people, because
that's just for white people. No, that's for all women.
That's for women.
All women are saying, nah, maybe not.
Yeah, I think women avoiding men altogether. Women avoiding men altogether. That's the only realistic out that the men leave women when they talk like Wade. That's all I hear. Like, that's my like, as a man, that's my reflex every single time I hear that. We have this conversation, men say they blame women for men abandoning. They blame women for men abandoning children. They go, oh, what about the single mother epidemic? And then I go, okay. So what you're saying is there's really no way to vet men, and women should just avoid men altogether. Okay. No, that's not what I'm saying. What are you saying then? Vet better. But that's most men.
I mean, either way, you're gambling. Like, you can vet as great as you want to, but you're still taking a gamble if you have a baby with a man that he could either maybe not abandon the kid, but he could still walk away from the relationship. Because that's what single motherhood is at the end of the day. It's not necessarily he abandoned the kid. It's just an unmarried mother. So if a man decides to divorce you after you have a baby with him, you're a single mom. If he decides to break up with you or push you to break up with him, you're a single mom.
Cheats on you, whatever.
That's all it takes. Like, that's it.
It's wicked work. And I really do. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no, I was going to say sometimes the only difference, and not in all cases, but in some cases, the only difference between a single mom and a non-single mom is one was willing to stay and put up with it and one wasn't.
Yep. That's it. It's never on the man, as far as that's concerned. You know what I'm saying? It's always the men do the terrible behavior, and then women are forced to make a decision if they're going to be willing to, work through it.
Mm-hmm.
How many times can a woman be embarrassed and tolerate the embarrassment from their man or whatever, right? This motherfucker doing weird shit in public, doing weird shit on his job or whatever. She finally get tired of it. She out. Like that shit, that's regular. Like that's all it is. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and the risk that is there when you do stay, especially if it's like, just a really bad situation or, he's just not getting it, whatever. The risk that you take is ending up with more kids. So that when inevitably the relationship doesn't work out, or he finally decides to leave you because he sees you're never going to leave him, whatever, or you finally decide to leave, now you leaving with more kids because you stayed in that relationship longer. 9 times out of 10, you got pregnant again, or maybe 2 more times. Like that's the risk. And the more kids you leave with, the deeper or the bigger the risk of poverty. You know what I mean? Like leaving with 1 kid, yeah, hard, bad, whatever. Leaving with 3 kids could be much harder.
Mm-hmm. Much more dangerous.
Right, exactly. So just like this overall like shaming of single motherhood or single moms, it only benefits men, which is why it like irritates me when women participate in it, because the only person that is going to ever benefit, or the only people, is men. For y'all to like for us to have this shaming culture of single motherhood, it just keeps women attached to men they probably shouldn't be with.
Mm-hmm. What up, Meek?
What's going on? Did you invite me up? Because I didn't request.
Yeah, I invited you up. I read your comment. And what were you saying? Maybe I misunderstood the point. You were saying that men leave or women leave. What were you saying?
No, I said men don't leave.
Men don't leave.
Because every time I hear people talk about this conversation, it's like the implication is that men are leaving women left and right. Oh, you got a kid now, I'm leaving.
They do.
Sometimes they do, but
not in marriages.
In most cases, like you just said, women just get fed up and end up leaving and taking the kids.
Nah, in marriages, women leave more. But in non-marital relationships, it's like 50-50. Men and women leave at the same rate.
And also you have to count, quote unquote, leaving as, like I said, a man pushing you to leave him. Like, yeah, he didn't leave, but he did everything in his power to make sure you would leave.
I mean, I understand that. I just don't, I guess I would have to get more information on that, I guess, numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Information on that, but based on my research, women typically leave the relationship more so than men.
Yeah, like I said, in marriages, women leave more. They do. I mean, yeah, in marriages, women leave more.
I'm about to go look this up, right?
But why do you think that is? Why do you think women are the ones that are typically leaving? You think they want to be single moms?
No, I don't think they want to be single moms. I think, like Public just said, they get tired of whatever. Maybe they're doing more work because the kid's there. Women typically take on most of the child rearing. So maybe they just get tired of doing it by themselves and then they end up leaving. I don't know why the reason. I just know, like I say, based on my research, women are typically the ones to leave a relationship.
I mean, yeah, a lot of what you said is a lot of the reasons why, which are valid reasons to leave a relationship. So,
yeah, I believe they're valid reasons to leave. I just don't I'm just My comment was, like I said, it's just a blanket statement, and it's presented as if most women that are single moms were simply knocked up and then left by a man that they knew wasn't no good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's simply not the case.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Oh yeah, we agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
That's true. Yeah, that's definitely not what's going on most of the time.
I mean, that's just how the conversation is presented. Oh, like the guy that just was up, like, well, what about all these single moms? It's like, if she didn't vet better or whatever he was saying, but it's like, who's to say that whoever was the man was the one to leave? Like, it's automatically, if she knew better, she wouldn't have picked a man that was going to leave her a single mom. But that's, like I said, it's an implication that, again, she dated a man that she knew wasn't no good and just had a baby with him and he left. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, these dudes.
And then also people be acting like women, single moms, are just having babies with men they barely know.
Mm-hmm.
And then most times it's in a relationship, like you're in a relationship with somebody. Like, people really present it as if everybody's having one night stands with strangers, and it just crazy.
or random hookups and shit.
Right, random hookups and stuff.
Situationships, like they having babies with situationships and shit. I'm like, nah.
Right, exactly. Most of the time, it's people that you have been dating or maybe even living with,
mm-hmm.
married to, like, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I never had a baby with a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy. And the way people present it is as if women are just, I don't know. Like she said, choosing to be single moms. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense.
Or they think like the men, they act as if the women have all of this information from the men, and then they still choose the wrong man. When in reality, they never got a third of the information they needed to make a sound decision.
Right, because it's crazy. When I got married, I had 2 children. The man had 0 children. So first of all, that debunks the whole nobody wants a single mom. But he had 0 children. He was thoroughly involved in his nieces and nephews' lives, and he was thoroughly involved. Like, he was stepdad to my children. So why would I not think that this would be, a viable candidate to,
yeah.
Like, why would I think that this man who's playing stepdad to children that aren't his
mm-hmm.
wouldn't be a good father to his own? Like, that just. Mm-hmm. So, but that was all I was saying. Like, people act like women are just out here being reckless and making dumb decisions. Like,
are you still with him?
To be more.
Are you still with him now, Meek?
Who, my ex? No, I'm not.
Oh, ex. Okay, I didn't know it was your ex. Okay, damn.
But I think women should be more discerning and listen when men say certain things to them. But
do you think that's what happened to you? Because what do you mean when you say be more discerning? Like, what can women do at this point?
Well, be more discerning. When I say that, I mean, like, especially in the beginning, if you're paying attention. Now, I agree with the fact that it's impossible to vet. I feel like people lie. People don't even give you their real name half the time. So it's it's possible. But I think when it comes to like being discerning and just paying attention, because there are instances where some people they're just simply naive and they don't see things for what they are. So that's what I mean when I say like be more discerning. Maybe learn how to communicate better, be more active, be more skilled and active listening. Maybe like it's so many nuances because it could depend on the age range. I'm well into my 30s, so I'm talking about like, especially women in my age group. But like when you're talking about 18, 19, early 20, they're still developing. There's certain things going on, so it's just so many nuances that it's hard to just have a concrete stance or something like that. So I just don't understand how people could make
Shan,
statements to it.
Yes.
do you think women could practice a different level of discernment? I mean, a higher level of discernment. I mean, I think anybody can technically, but do you think that's what the problem is?
No, that's definitely not what the problem is. Yeah, like you said, I think anybody can practice. Like, I think, how do I put this? I think more women, like having conversations like this and listening to conversations like this and not letting shit slide or not giving men chances or not believing in our indoctrination of like, nobody's perfect. He's a work in progress and blah, blah, blah. Like, just don't give them no chances. Don't listen to them. Don't believe them. None of that. But that's not having more discernment. That's just like, you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. So you may as well just don't.
Yeah. You can cut the faucet. You can cut the faucet off all the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like at any point in time. And then are you really practicing discernment if you're just like, I ain't gonna even play the game?
Exactly. Because I can't really say that. Like I can't say that I just have such like great discernment. I don't have to discern at all.
Mm-hmm.
Completely take yourself out.
That's not what I'm advising, but what I'm saying is like, you can have all the discernment in the world and somebody can still skate past that just because of the sheer numbers of how many men can be manipulative and the ways that they can do like all of these different things. So discernment isn't going to save you every time. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's going to save you every time is just not participating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't make absolute statements, because like I said, it's impossible to vet. It's impossible to never get hurt or there's absolutely no way to shield yourself from manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would never say that. What I mean is like, if like, for instance, if you have somebody say, oh, that might not be a good person today, maybe listen. Or if the person lies to you, don't, like you said, I feel like if you the first time somebody shows, like what they say, whenever somebody tells you who they are, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's basically saying the same thing I am, because let's just be honest. Like, if the first time a man, lies to you, no matter how small the lie is, the first time he messes up, what? The first time a man messes up in any way, you walk away. That's essentially not, because that's kind of where I am. Like, when I say I don't participate, okay, I may open myself up to talking to somebody, but the first thing that I hear that's like, I'm done. That's the same thing technically as like just not participating, because they're all gonna say something. They're all gonna do something. You see what I'm saying? Like they're all men. So like if you're genuinely following that and not just saying it but actually doing it, you're not participating, because they're all gonna say something.
Yep. Or do something.
Or
do something.
That's absolutely true, because that's what I do. Like literally, the moment you do something weird, I'm like, yeah, no, you're weird.
Yeah, and most men are gonna do something weird. And the funny thing is, and here's the crazy. Even the assumption is, in the end, more than likely he's a weirdo, because most men are weird, right? So we know that. But I know, like, that I know I've seen men, and me myself, whatever, like I've done things early on that it's like, that's not my character. I just made a mistake right then, or whatever the case may be. And you could view it as a red flag, but in reality, though, had that situation played out further, he never would have done that again. He literally just made a mistake. Like the likelihood, though, that the man is not that person, or and maybe not even that. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's like that thing. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's that thing. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's like that one flaw or mistake, and like, oh well, I allowed that one thing to slide, or whatever the case may be. It's way bigger than that. It's like more than likely he is going to be a red flag. Like he is going to have major issues at some point in time. The way, and I hate to, take it with a grain of salt, whatever, we comparing people to cars. But the way that I look at vetting men is like, or vetting people in general is like how I approach, or how, when I talk about like car ownership or whatever, it's like every major manufacturer like Honda, Toyota, Hyundai, Chevrolet, whatever, right? Chevy, whatever, right? When they're new cars, you can, if you get a new Chevy and you do all the oil changes and you do all the services and you keep it up, whatever, it probably will last you 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there. But the likelihood that even if you do that for your Chevy, the likelihood that it just something malfunctions is exponentially higher than if you buy a Honda or a Toyota, right? That's like, men are fucking like Chevys, men are Hondas. Like men are like the likelihood that something is going to be wrong with these motherfuckers is extremely high. It's just high. It's not like, yeah, you could maybe if you get a decent guy and he, and you do all the right things, and that maybe we might, it may work out. But like the likelihood though that this motherfucker gonna blow a gasket is extremely high, and that's the problem that is presented for women, and that's the problem that men don't acknowledge. I feel like men always act like, or men try to blame everything on women as opposed to blaming it on the behaviors of men, or the fact that men don't actually show up the way that we need to. You know what I'm saying? It's always like, well, you chose him, as opposed to it being like, well, you, to the man, well, you fucking acted like a piece of shit. You were a terrible human being to her. You know what I mean? Like, that's never the discussion. It's always, well, you chose him. You chose him. And I'm like, isn't that a weird approach? Like, like I didn't expect this motherfucker. I didn't expect this brand new car that I bought to blow up on me. Who expects a brand new car to blow up on them in 3 years? Nobody does. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, so, but it would be like that. Like I'm saying, we make more exceptions for people when they buy those types of cars and the cars blow up. Like, I've never heard a person be like, well, you bought a Honda, you bought a Kia. Like they don't say shit like that. Or they be like, damn, 3 years? And whatever, your Rob blew? God damn, we got more empathy in that situation than we do with fucking men and women. Like, men don't give a fuck. Like a man just runs ramshot over a woman, totally manipulates her, presents like he's a fucking, like he's a great person on the front end, and then on the back end, he all got all types of problems in the back. The foundation is all fucked up. He been hiding it from you, and then you find out, and it's too late. That whatever happens to you, a man will come along, like he'll pop out of the bushes and be like, "You should have chose better. You should have vetted better. Like, you should have brought him around your brother. Your brother would have figured it out." Like, what the fuck? No, y'all, men, men never know. Men don't know. Men cannot vet other men, first and foremost, and men don't have to vet women. First and foremost, men, this is why men are so terrible at vetting. We can't vet other men because we are shitty or shittier than the other men, right? And we're not doing any other work. So how do we even know? We don't know what narcissistic abuse looks like, even though we're narcissistic abusers. We don't know what it looks like because we've never been on the receiving end of it. We've only dished it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what it looks like to not pay attention to a mate or a spouse or a partner or whatever. We don't know what that shit is, right? We don't know what neglect looks like. We've never been neglected. We don't know what abandonment looks like. We've never been abandoned. That's why men are fucking abysmal. That's a reason why men are abysmal at vetting. Like, we don't have the ability. Go ahead, Meek.
No, I was just going to say, I don't understand how you showed some argument. What is the point of that? Is that to believe?
It's to deflect.
To deflect?
Yeah. You should have chose better is the way that men basically it's all about getting women to it's getting women to it's allowing men to not take any responsibility for what we've done. So we don't have to grow at all. We put the onus on the woman and we make her spot who the snake is, spot who the liar is, as opposed to making men not be liars and not be snakes. So now we don't have to do any work and they have to do all the work. It's just a way to pass the buck on the women.
And because it's almost never a man. No, not almost. It's never a man that actually would be a better choice. That's saying you should have chosen better.
Never.
You should have vetted better. Like a man who would be a better choice wouldn't even say that because he would understand how that doesn't make sense. Yeah. So it's just what Public said. It's just a way to deflect the accountability and say, like, it's never anything wrong with the men. It's wrong. It's something wrong with the women who are choosing the men. Yeah. So they will tell, if there's 1 million women in the world choosing 1 million men, they will say all 1 million of those women chose wrong 1 million times.
That's the thing that makes it exactly. Oh my God, thanks for saying it. That's the thing that proves that it's fucking systemic. That it's not the woman's fault. If you're saying there is a single baby mama epidemic, right? If it's happening on that scale, like Teresa just said, she said 25% of men abandon their kids, 27% after divorce. So that's a fucking, you got somewhere between a quarter and a third. And that's completely abandoned, y'all. That's complete abandonment. 25% completely abandoned. Another 25% get their kids once a week. Another 25% get their kids twice a month. Most men are somewhere in between neglecting or abandoning their children altogether. Most men are. That is a fucking that is a systemic problem. You're not going to tell me that that's just on accident. You're not going to tell me that's just by chance. You're not going to tell me that's just the women are making bad. Like, no. That's the same logic when you talk about poor people in America or in the world, right? If 98% of the global population is broke, if 98% of the global population are working class or poor or whatever the case may be, right? How can you say that is just 98% of people are just making bad choices? 98% of people don't know how to invest right. 98% of people don't know, no, that okay.
So people who, you said it's to scapegoat women. So my thing is, if you're telling women choose better, and like me and Shenanigans say, like, at this point, it's not looking up for us to be choosing them. I mean, it has to be a lack of foresight because the result is y'all not being chose. So how is that helping? How is that helping?
What? I'm confused.
If you're telling
me, saying why would men do this or say this when the result is going to end up with them not being chosen?
Oh, perfect. Because they know, because men aren't as illogical and as dumb as we think they are, right? As we think we are, I would say, because I'm a part of men. But so men aren't as illogical as I think men are, right? Men understand that it's like preaching abstinence. We know abstinence doesn't work, right? We know telling people don't ever have sex is not having sex is fucking breathing. Yeah, I got some eyebrow in my eyeball. Breathing, eating, drinking water, exercising, taking a shit, and smacks. I don't know what order, but breathing, drinking water, eating, top 3. The next 2 are top. Smacks is number 6 on the list of things natural, the most natural shit for people to do. You're not gonna get people to not have smacks anymore. That's fucking dumb. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. You're not gonna do that. That's crazy, right? Men are banking on that. We know that that's not gonna happen. We know that. So we get to say, oh, well, yeah, y'all should have chose better, knowing full and well there's always going to be a large demographic of women who are going to be willing to take that chance to be with the man. That's just reality. So it's a numbers game for men. That's all it is. Until he said, it makes me sad that women have been trained to be abused. I pray one day more women see this. once you do it, it cannot be unseen. Intently said her ex. Yeah, she's not with the dude anymore. Go ahead, Pinhead. What were you saying in the comments, brother?
I think that men deceive women into. I mean, like, it's still a woman's choice, but I think, like, for example, why are there so many single mothers? Because men leave the women, but at the same time, they disguise themselves in the beginning, I think, but women still didn't probably vet as hard possibly as they could have. It's not blaming the women, but I still think it means that they didn't probably.
How do you want the women to vet harder? What should they do? How do you vet a liar? You tell me.
How do you vet a liar? I mean, you need to wait a good amount of time before, because no one's really going to want to lie for 6 months, right? I mean, maybe they will, and I can't say that.
Who told you that?
I mean, there's no statistics even that say that, but I'm saying, you need to. I'm saying, just be more patient, wait longer. I mean, that's why I would give the same advice to men, though. I would say.
So let's say, well, once again, you're essentially talking about abstinence too, right? But let's say,
if you think the only reason to get into a relationship is to have sex, I mean, okay, that's
not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're doing the same kind. You're preaching abstinence. You're telling the women to abstain just for a longer period of time. Fine.
You're saying no, not abstaining from sex, abstaining, jumping into
abstinence. Abstinence doesn't only apply to sex, brother. Abstaining applies to a relationship, kissing, a bunch of shit. You're telling the women to abstain. That's what you're saying. You're saying that they should abstain longer. Cool. What I'm saying is this, though. Let's say that is because you're selling that idea as if that is like the cure, right? That's an anecdote for the problem. Fine. So women say, fine, I'm gonna abstain. Now that becomes common practice in society. What do you think will happen to men?
What do I think will happen to men?
Yeah. If that becomes common practice, like I
think men need to be forced to make better decisions themselves.
No, listen, hold on, wait. Listen, you're missing the point. I'll tell you because I feel like you ain't gonna get it. All men will do is just adjust. If it becomes normalized like that, so all you got to do is just wait. Like that's just no men will just it'll just be the waiting period, and we'll just mask during the waiting period. Like men will just adjust. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's not the cure. That's not a cure, brother. I'm not even saying I'm not even saying that won't help somewhat. Right? Waiting, I do think it can help somewhat. I could see that. Fine. It definitely ain't a cure. How much of a difference it's gonna make? Minimal. I believe it'll make a minimal difference in the outcomes of relationships if women made men wait longer. I don't think it matters. I mean, like very, 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 very little. 2% more, 1% more, fine. 3%, let's go crazy. 5% more. You make a man, you do the 90-day date rule and you don't kiss a man and you don't argue with him. Fine, do it. Try it. The whole time while they doing that, that man gonna be hunching on another woman. That man gonna be, because how do you know? How do you know is the question. I'm saying if you're the woman, how do you know? Or the other person, it doesn't matter. You don't know.
Well, not knowing doesn't necessarily mean that you're not good at it. That's kind of an odd statement, but does this make sense?
No.
You're telling me how would you know? Maybe you wouldn't know. But let's say down the line, he still ends up being,
What do you base vetting on? You base vetting on the outcomes, right? Not on the process. It's based on outcomes.
Sure, and if the outcome is often negative, as men often leave women, that's still a bad vetting that you made.
No, once again, it is systemic. Most men are terrible. Most men are bad. I won't say terrible. Most men are bad. A lot of men are awful and terrible. Most men are bad. A lot of men are awful and terrible, right? And few men are decent. Few. Right? That is not, women cannot fix that problem, Pinhead. There's not enough vetting in the world to fix that problem. That's my point. That's all I'm saying.
I would say though, right? I would say ideally you would want to depends on what you're looking for, really. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, hopefully, whatever ends in marriage. Not everyone is.
How would you know that? How do you know how to vet?
Each individual person knows what they want.
No. I'm saying, how do you know how to vet men?
How do you know how to vet men? I mean, I'm not, for lack of a better word, looking for men, so I don't know.
Exactly. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we still have to have the conversation.
I'm with the conversation. I'm with you having the conversation so you can understand that what you're saying actually doesn't make sense. Like, you don't date men.
You just hit the point like a brick wall. You don't date men. You're not looking for men. You don't deal with men on a romantic level. So how would you know how to vet men? So therefore, how would you know?
How would I know how to say
I'm not done. Let me land. I was almost done with my question before you started talking. How would you know that women aren't good at vetting men if you don't even know how to vet them yourself?
I mean, I've never tried, to be completely honest.
You don't vet your friends? You don't vet your friends?
As a man, you still know.
Hold on, Pinhead. You don't vet your friends, your male friends. You don't vet them?
In a friendship way, yeah, actually, sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can vet men. I mean, men, do you think you have a good grasp, I would ask the public, of what another man's thought process is probably going into the relationship?
Yeah, I feel like I understand very much how men think in general. Like, I'm pretty good at what men think about in general, and also what most men are capable of, what most men would do in most situations. Like, I think I'm pretty good at that shit. Like, I could damn near write a book on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And which, to Pinhead's earlier point, women aren't going to be as good at that because we aren't men. We aren't y'all. Like, the way that y'all think and the things y'all are capable of and the things that y'all do, women, we can develop an understanding of that after dealing with you or so many of you or whatever, but we're not going to understand that because we don't think and operate the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We would never even think to do some of the stuff.
Exactly. Like,
women don't operate in the same capacity that men do when it comes to dating. Women, like I've said this before, somebody got a lot of background. Big Pinhead too, everybody. So when women, I've said this 1,000 times, but women are not thinking that men are capable of doing a lot of the shit that men do. Like, I need for men to understand that. What men know that though. See, what am I talking about? Men know that. You know that women aren't like, men aren't like, women aren't thinking that like, oh, she like I can't even put this shit in a word. Men are so diabolical that they know a reason why they get away with stuff is because they know women would never think about that. It's like hiding something in your, like when you hide something, you think, where's the last place they would check? You know they're not checking. You know they're not checking here. We hide our most problematic behaviors in the most improbable places that women will actually look to find them. Like, men are playing hide and go seek, and women aren't even playing. Like, they don't even know that they're like, women are like downstairs, like cooking and like singing and dancing and stuff and living their best lives, and the man is upstairs playing hide and go seek, talking about find the real me. And she's like, oh, hey, honey, you want some fish? I'm gonna throw another shrimp on the Barbie. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, men are fucking diabolical. That's how you get caught. That's why women be getting fucking, like, it's like, if you ever been in a fight, right? If you ever like bombed on somebody or been bombed on first, if I knock somebody out, which I've knocked niggas out before when I took off on them, right? Like, I'm not like just one punch, boom, but I took off. It wasn't really much of a fight. I took off first. My shit connected. They failed. See what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, I caught them off guard or whatever the case may be. I was too, whatever it was, I blindsided them. And I don't think I can knock out Mike Tyson, but I can knock out Floyd Mayweather if I catch his ass. Like, no, nothing. Like, no, he not thinking about it. He just chilling. Like, hey, bro, I could definitely wobble that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit. Like, what is, like, women be not paying attention to that because they're not even thinking. They don't even think that they're not even thinking like that. That's not. I want you to understand, Pinhead, that's not on women. That's what I want men to understand. That thought process is not on women. That's not on. That's not like women shouldn't have. Why are we requiring women to waste that mental energy, right? And thinking about trying to see the fucking unseeable, the unforeseeable. Why are we asking them to do that rather than going to men and being like, yo, you know that you can just not be the weirdest, craziest, fucking most disrespectful motherfucker on the planet, right? Like, you know, you can just treat that woman with respect. You know that, right?
We're talking about red flags and ignoring red flags too, right? I know you didn't mention that, but like talking about vetting and stuff, I think both do that. You know, I mean, I don't have like who does it more. Like you probably have more information on that, but like I'm not asking. I don't believe I'm trying to ask people to see what they can't see, but like that's what I'm saying. In waiting longer. In waiting longer, in dating longer, you will have more conversations. You will get to know that person generally more.
I gotta tell you something, brother. I personally, I know this for a fact, without a doubt. I haven't even had to do this, but I just know I could do it easily. But I could do it when I was in my 20s. Now at 43, I could easily mask for 5 years. Like easily. Like I could easily, you know what I'm saying? Like I could easily mask for 5 fucking years, bro. Like that shit is not really that hard to do.
I'm just saying it takes a sinister person to have that in your mind and do that constantly.
If you want to do it, yes, I'm saying that's not hard to do in most cases. Like men really be acting like women could just like spot that fucking that red flag or whatever the fuck that is. Like
intuition,
they don't have intuition. Women don't have intuition. Get that shit about it. They're not mythical, magical beings, bro. They are better. Women are better at not discernment. They're better at
emotional cues.
No, they're better at men are better at lying. Women are better at oh my god, what's the word?
Discernment might be the word.
No. Whatever. You can say pattern recognition, but like, yeah, women are better at that type of shit. It's not about intuition. Like people talk about their gut and their like, brother, that is women being able to, because women pay attention to details better than not intuition. Not observe. I'll find it out. Whatever. Same thing. We all know what it is though. Women are better at because women pay attention more. Women pay attention more. So they gather more information. And when you gather more information, you are better at making better decisions, which is why women, to me, this is no brainer. Women are better at vetting. Women are better at that because, you know, but they're better at that. I hate when men be talking about intuition. Like intuition sounds like a fucking, like some shit that a wizard has, like a power a wizard has, or like oh, they have intuition. Like, nah, nigga, that ain't what it is. Women, it's a material thing that is happening. They are observing you do the thing, right? Or do the things. They're watching you. And also they are talking to you, right? They're listening to you. They're talking to you. They're things that men don't do, right? Men ain't the best listeners. We're not the best communicators. Women are doing that shit. They're talking and they're listening. Just for lack of a better word, women are talking and listening. When you talk and you listen, you get a lot more information. Men don't talk and men don't listen to women nearly as much as women talk or listen to us. That's how I know men don't gotta vet. How you good at vetting when you don't even talk to that woman? How you good at vetting when you lying to her? You don't even know how she gonna react to shit. How you vetting her when you're lying to her? How are you vetting her? You can't be lying to a person, manipulating them while simultaneously vetting them. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I know we're talking about most men doing this, but like, if I'm genuinely trying to pursue someone in a dating sense, I'm not gonna be doing that to them. Like, I'm not saying I'm like some special nothing. I'm just saying like we're talking about like horrible. We're talking about really bad behavior here.
Regular.
No, he's talking about the average man.
About the average man.
That's the point you keep missing. So if it's, let's say it's 20% of men that aren't doing that, and that's a stretch, but I'm gonna give it to you. 20% of men that don't operate like that. You want 100% of women to vet between the 20% of men that they get to choose from?
Crazy.
Does that sound realistic?
Crazy.
I mean, I'm saying, you know, what do you want?
Men to change. men to be better.
But like, if we know that it's not that easy, are you just gonna settle for
Hold on.
To be better people, it's never gonna happen.
He said
the ones that were supposed to gauge. And they're self-proclaimed good men. Self-proclaimed good men want to gauge every other man based on their own self-proclamation.
I'm sorry, but if I'm going after a woman and I see like 15 bad ones and one good one, which one am I gonna pick if I have the choice? Like, what do you say?
Would you?
Do the men in your family tell the? Do the men in your family tell the women to vet, or do they tell the women, be careful of all men because they only want one thing?
You don't even know what you don't even. Men don't even know what a bad woman looks like. You've never seen one.
Care.
You don't. That's what I'm saying.
Scenario.
They don't even give a fuck. But you've never even seen one. You don't even know. You don't even know what it looks like. Like men don't understand how sheltered we are in this. We are fucking babes in the woods, bro. Like we don't have no. We're acting like men like that. We have never. This muscle has never been worked out. It's an atrophy, bro. Our muscle of discernment is an atrophy. Like it's weak as fuck. We never have to use it. We never use it. We don't vet our friends. We don't vet we don't vet our women. We don't vet anybody. We don't. We get to live in a fucking bubble. We're the boy in the bubble. Like that's how we live, bro. Shit is crazy. That's why I think it aggravates the shit out of me to hear men constantly pointing at women and telling them to vet better. And I'm like, my guy, you've never had to do it. You've never had to do it. And if you had to do it, you would understand that it's hard. You would understand the impossible feat that it is. You know what I'm saying? Or if you thought about what it means to vet. If you thought about what it meant to be meant to vet.
Yeah, if the pool of women was just as diabolical as the pool of men, then y'all would be able to have some understanding of this conversation. But you really don't, because instead of you looking for the 20% of good women that you get to choose from, you're choosing from
80% of women that's better than you.
You have 80%. You just have to worry about avoiding the other 20. Whereas I have 20% and I got to worry about avoiding the other 80. Nah. What are the odds there?
You ain't even got 20%. That's crazy.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm trying to give them a little
20%. 20.
What are the 20% is a crazy
20% is pretty high.
What are the odds if I have 20% of good men that I don't have to worry about? I don't whatever. And then it's the 80% that I have to vet so hard for because they're going to be doing some of the shit that he was just talking about. The odds are not in my favor. Whereas you as a man, it's the complete opposite. You got to avoid the 20, but 80% of the time, you're going to make a right choice.
It's like shooting in a basket this fucking big, and the women is shooting in a basket this big. And you saying literally, you can't hit 80% of your shots, like motherfucker.
Literally.
It's
so easy for y'all to have this pretentious ass attitude of like, oh, we're so good at vetting because it's women that you're vetting.
Yep. Men shooting layups, women shooting fucking full court shots. And y'all out here talking about it's easy. Just do this. From fucking 94 feet away, bro, I can't do it. I gotta heave this mother.
And that's why most of y'all don't even have a lot of friends, a lot of male friends. Y'all don't even have strong male friendships and male bonds because you don't want to be bothered with vetting these diabolical ass men.
Crazy. You could easily, dude. It is so easy for men to find. Look, this is what I'm saying. This is all I'm gonna say about women. This is all I'm gonna say about this. Is the best way I can put this. It is so easy for a man to find a woman that is objectively better than him. That's like easy. Pretty much every woman I know is better than me. like every woman I know, I would be lucky to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I they're a better person than I am. They're more trustworthy than I am. They're like, no doubt about it. Like every woman I know, every woman that I know personally that's in my circle, that's whatever, I would be lucky to be with them, right? That I don't think if you flip that around for women, that I don't think that they would have that same, if they got a good man, it's like, I got this motherfucker. That's why the women, when they got him a good, they be like, get your asses back, mother. That's why women be doing soft launches and shit. They don't want They'll show a nigga pinky. Hey, they'll be dating a nigga for 17 months and show a nigga pinky. Oh my God. They'll do that. They'll do that reel. They'll do that one reel. Her like going out like the restaurant with the dress, the walk away, under the moon, by the bridge. And then that one random one in the middle would be a nigga like, you would see a nigga hand, you would see a nigga like, she'd be taking a picture of a plate and you see like a nigga hand like this much. That's all you get. You get this. Huh? Like, you
Playing peekaboo.
playing peekaboo with a nigga pinky toe.
Like, girls.
Get your asses back. That's a good man, Savannah. They don't be wanting to tell nobody about nothing. Cause they know this shit. Hey, we gotta wait. Hey, go listen to the song from Sabrina Carpenter. Please, please, please.
Yeah, like her most popular song. Yeah.
That's what the whole song is about.
Don't prove I'm right.
The whole fucking song is I love you and all, but you're a man.
Please don't embarrass me.
Please don't embarrass me. Please. I beg of you. It could be, I just say it's his culture. They said this nigga diabolical. I said, nah, it's his culture. Like, y'all niggas don't be understanding. I'm like, golly. It's whole industry's built on this shit. That's why I be tripping. This is why I don't be understanding when I'm talking to me and I'm like, we're not living in reality, man. We can't. There's no way I'm seeing all of this shit and y'all not seeing it at all. There's no way. How am I seeing all of this shit? I'm in the same place as y'all is. I'm listening to the same music. I'm watching the same. We going through the same shit. But somehow, some way, y'all, the point going right over your head. But yeah, if a woman waits 100 days, that'll give her a better shot. It won't. Abusers mask for years. They literally talk about how they'll mask for years. They systematically corral her and corner her and get her where they want. Like, what the fuck? They move 20 miles away. Then he moves 100 miles away. Isolates her from her family. Then he, it starts off with, first he never does anything violent. Then he takes the phone from her. Then he takes the phone and breaks it on the ground. Then he punches the wall. Then he keys the car. Then he, flattens her tires. And it escalates and but she live 100 miles away from everybody now. She ain't got nobody. She ain't got nobody to rely on. And this is year number 4 in their relationship. He been paying the mortgage. He been a good man this whole time. It's year number 4. They got their first baby. The baby is 6 weeks old. He got her trapped. And now, now he done snatched the baby out of her arms and shit. Like, shit is crazy, man. Go ahead.
No, I agree with you. And the more you explain it, the more it makes sense. I wasn't giving men that much credit to be able to hide themselves for so long. Because it says why women better at vetting than men. I was just saying that oftentimes that's because of men, women, and then it ends up being a bad choice. But to your point, that's only because there are so many bad choices to pick in men. Yeah. And what you're saying is men don't have to vet because there are a lot less bad choices in women. So even if a man closed his eyes and saw like a 50 options, you could pick one.
48
and even that option would probably be better than
better than him. Yeah, it ain't gonna be the most like a diabolical woman. The way that we look. Think about.
Don't get me wrong. There's diabolical women, but
no, there are. I'm thinking about like the things that I hear. The things that I don't know, man. Like when I hear the shit that men do, like how men create whole second idea, like men be playing Sims in real life.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like men be playing Sims in real life. Like men be like having whole families. date a woman for 3 years and then she find out he got 3 kids in another state. Fake like he got a job for 2 years. Don't have a car, like, hey, baby or baby daddy or whatever, don't got a car, using his homeboy car, acting like it's his. Don't not paying rent at his homeboy house, acting like he got a place to stay, like he paying rent. Like, that be the shit men be doing for months, years, depending on what it is. Months, years, acting like he's heterosexual. Like, for years. Like, the most diabolical man is BTK. The most diabolical man is the Grim Sleeper or whatever, the Grim Reaper or whatever his name is. Right? The dude, men will be serial unalivers and family men. You've never seen a woman do that. So a woman's diabolical is not the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I wanted to correct it. Like, even when we say, like, yeah, women can be diabolical too, but it's like cheating is bad, but that's like as bad as it gets for women. Cheating,
yeah,
maybe abusing kids, that's bad as fuck. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot more options. There's a lot more options off the top of our head we can point to about men doing that shit than women.
And I mean, just the crazier shit, like just the things that men will lie about to get a woman. Crazy. The shit that men lie about to get a woman and keep a woman is like
already having a woman. That's fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they have a woman, they have her already, and they're lying. Like, they feel like they got to lie to keep her. Like, what? Just lobby, like, what the fuck? You already got a woman, though, bro. The lies that men tell to get another woman while they have a woman, crazy. Also wild. That's what I'm saying. It's just the depths in which men can go compared to women. It's just not, we're just not on the same level. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, like, the worst woman is like a decent man. The worst woman is like the average man, not a decent man. The worst woman is the average man.
That's crazy,
right? But like I said, what's the worst thing? What's the worst thing?
Now I'm more like.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying I agree more with the prompt. I didn't when I started, but I think that's right.
What is
you hear me? Oh, shit.
Yeah, RG, yeah. So like I said, like the worst thing women do is like lie, but even then, but like cheat. Maybe some women is abusive physically or emotionally, maybe. But most men are, I think most men cheat or have cheated. I won't say cheat actively, but I think most men have cheated or are capable of cheating if they have access.
I think statistically men do cheat more, but I don't think it's by a huge margin.
It's huge. Yeah, it's like 100% more.
Well, that's physically not possible for it to be 100% more, right? But yeah.
No, it's not. 100% more is not physically. If women
there's
cheat,
only 100% possible. So let's say 2% of women cheat, 100% more can't cheat.
Yes, 100% more of 200 would be 4% of men. That's how it works.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like double the.
Yeah, that's what 100% is. Yeah.
I need to look into the actual statistics, but the idea is men cheat more, and we know that. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So 100. So men cheat like twice as much as women, like overall. But last time I checked, when I looked at the numbers, it was like close. It was like close for women at a certain age, like younger women and younger men. I think they like younger women cheated like slightly more, but it capped out around like the mid-20s. And then men, it was like about the same, and then it shot up in the 30s and 40s and 50s, whatever. Men cheated a lot. And also, it doesn't matter whether a woman is married or that's not true, because I think married women, I think married women cheated. I want to say it was like 13% or something like that, and it's like 20-some% for it's like 20-some% for single women or non-married women or whatever. But a non-married man is like over 50%, right? But I think that most men either cheat, have cheated, or would cheat if they had the option.
I know that's just such a very cynical look, but I mean, it's not 100% wrong.
It's not cynical.
By definition, it's not a bright outlook for men. So that's why I'm saying it's cynical.
I mean, it's just a reality, though. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like me just saying.
We may live in a very cynical world. So, I mean, yeah, you're right.
If they diagnose me with cancer and they say I got 2 weeks to live and I say I got 2 weeks to live, the doctor's not being cynical. That's what I'm saying. I'm not being cynical by acknowledging the reality. That's not me being cynical, right? Being cynical would be me being like, there's no hope. Men are garbage and there's no hope for us. That's being cynical.
But also, when you say most men cheat, I don't think this is when I think of over 50%. I don't think of over 50% in relationships cheat. I don't think that statistics even would say that. You said 20% of married men cheat, right? So we can't say most married men cheat.
No, over 20% of married men cheat. But
still, it wouldn't be most married men cheat then. Let's say 30%. No,
I don't think most married men cheat. I'm saying.
But you did say most men cheat.
Overall, there are more people in relationships or have been in relationships than have been married. That's what I'm saying. So yeah. And this is just overall. It's not actively cheating. It's not actively cheating. That doesn't mean, not talking about are they cheating right now? It's just, have you cheated? Are you a cheat? Have you ever cheated? Right? I think the vast majority of men have either cheated, are cheating, or would if they could.
All right. Well, that's just not right. I mean, what can I say to that?
Yeah. What up, Bree?
Hey, what's up, Pub? Hey, Shan. Hey, everybody. Yeah. I just came up because Pinhead was talking about how it's almost impossible for a person to lie for a long period of time in a relationship. I wanted him to hear that there is multiple stories actually, of a woman who was an activist in the UK. She was an activist for animal. What was it? My client's supposed to be looking at, but basically she was for animal rights, right? Mm-hmm. And so a police officer went undercover to infiltrate this movement, and he ended up being in a relationship with this woman even while he had a family. He had a wife and children, but he would go to this woman and date her and everything else. Ended up having a baby with her and everything. They were together for years, and came out that and once she gave birth, he disappeared. He was gone, right? They were together for years, right? And then she found out through papers or a newspaper clipping, Adoption. Oh wow, through adoption that he was there to infiltrate the movement the entire time. So, and that's not even the only story. This movement, these people that were part of this movement, a lot of them were infiltrated the exact same way and end up having kids by these men who were coming to infiltrate. Listen, an animal rights activist. Could you imagine? And so another situation happened in 2020. Same thing. This man was with this woman for 9 years and was infiltrating her the entire time, got married to her, had kids and everything. So what I don't understand is, first of all, let's imagine that instead of the cop being a man, it was instead a woman. What is the likelihood of a woman infiltrating a movement that was predominantly handled by men and then getting pregnant with them, for them, and then while continuing her career as a police officer or undercover detective? It's very much unlikely. The reason why we're saying that women are just less likely to cheat is because there are more consequences on us. We carry the baby bump. We can't just, come and play house and get impregnated and things just goes as normal. So the reason why women are less likely to cheat than men is because there are just way more consequences that women cannot escape. If a woman was able to get a man pregnant and then walk away, it would probably be more likely that a woman is going to cheat. But can we be for real though? So it's two things that we debunk. We debunk the fact that men can lie for a long period of time in a relationship. A lot of the times they wait until they get the woman pregnant or get married and then they flip face. We see that happen a lot. That's number one. And then number two, because women carry the babies, it's harder for us to escape responsibility in a relationship. So I just need you to be for real.
I know men can lie. Like I was trying to, like in my experience, then the average man, I can only speak, I guess, for myself. I would never think to do that. It doesn't make me better. It just mean like that would never cross my mind, and it shouldn't cross people's minds. But again, it does, and those stories are horrible. But like, I don't even know what to say. It's insane. But
the reality of it is, these stories are horrible because we're talking about the extremes.
Yes.
The reality of it is that the extremes, how humans respond to extreme behaviors like this, shows how we normalize it on everyday life, right? The fact that this man felt it was nothing wrong for him to have an entire family, wife and children, and then go out for his job in a judicial, because this was Scotland Yard that sent these men. And so Scotland Yard was like, here, listen, do whatever you got to do. We don't care how you do it. This man went and got this woman pregnant and abandoned the baby, all because he was trying to infiltrate a animals activist fucking movement. Can we be for real? So the thing of it is, they're like, we do this daily. Like, I'm pretty sure the person who sent these men to do this probably is a hoe himself. Like, these people don't see anything wrong with employing people to do these type of terrible things because it's natural, it's normal in society, and that's the problem. We're saying the extremes because y'all don't care for the nuances.
Mm-hmm. I would say it wouldn't be possible. I would prosecute that person criminally. Maybe he didn't break any criminal laws. I would say that's a horrible thing to do.
She tried. Oh, I'm glad you said that, Pinhead, because she tried. And you know what the police officers said? There is no proof of sexual misconduct, even though she has a whole entire baby with this man.
So that's what I'm saying. Even though it's not misconduct, it could be.
It is misconduct. It could be consensual. When a man is lying about who he is and what he's got going on to have sex with a woman, that is coercion. It is sexual misconduct. But the reality of it is, if an entire organization can deny it, that means that this is normal amongst our society. That's the point that you're missing. If a man says, if a woman comes up and says, this man had sex with me under the guise of him being a single man that works a desk job, that doesn't have children, that isn't in this for career gain or whatever the case may be, and we had sex and had a baby, and they're like, no, there's no proof of that, even though there's a whole entire baby with his fucking genetics in him, shows just how much this system is fucked. That's what you don't understand. And we all are living under it regardless of whether we're police officers or, you get what I'm saying? Like, this is larger than what you're trying to make it.
I think it's horrible, but I think, talking about proof, they wouldn't be able to find any because what are you going to do, record your conversations on your dates? It's not possible, right? I mean, but it's fucking horrible.
What do you mean? The proof is he got her pregnant.
Yes, but then the proof is that, but then to what she was talking about, how would you prove that he said he was single and had a desk job, all that shit?
Because he was undercover. They gave him the cover. His actual name is not Bob. They gave him his first and last name, a fake ID. They gave him his entire personality.
Oh, they told you to lie. Yeah. Then put him away for life because you're ruining someone's entire life and you can't get that back.
No.
I don't think they should. I don't think they should.
I agree, public. Yeah. I don't think they should. Who needs to be held responsible is the one who gave them the commission.
Yeah. The higher ups got it.
They should be responsible.
Yeah. Don't you have responsibility as a person taking that quote unquote job to fuck someone's life up still?
No, that's like blaming soldiers for war. Like if you want to stop war, you're gonna blame
you to go hurt somebody and you do it, you're not liable?
No. Once again,
of course you are.
Wait. And in that case, whoever's dropping the boom booms on Gaza, let's arrest all of them too.
Yeah.
Whoever. No, the soldiers that we sent over there to boom all of those hospitals to go for oil. Let's arrest all of the soldiers, all of the Air Force members, all of them.
You're fixing my point. If I hire a professional hitman, who's going to get in trouble if the hitman gets caught?
This is not. Hold on, wait. This isn't a hitman situation because
I know I'm trying to relate it to something else.
You can't relate it to that because this is systemic. That's why you can't relate it to that. A hitman isn't. Now, if the hitman worked for the CIA, then you would blame the CIA. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't blame the hitman. I would blame the CIA. I would be like, why are you guys sending hitmen over there to unalive presidents. CIA, what are you doing? FBI, what the fuck are you doing? That's different. But if you and me, if fucking Pinhead and Public come together with some numbskull idea of assassinating somebody, that's different. Of course, we are individuals. We are rogue individuals. We do not represent a system or an institution or anything like that, right? What she is talking about is this man was, and these men, not man, these men, once again, this is my proof every single time, when it's happening in a law, like in a general sense, like if it's happening across the board, that is a systemic problem. That is not an individual, like all these people just made bad choices. That's not what happened. That was fostered.
In a situation where it's government sanctioned, then yeah. Well, yeah, okay.
That's what just happened. It was government sanctioned. Therefore, I don't think they should have just punished him. I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished. I'm saying he would be the last person I would go after. The first person I'm gonna go after, who created this fucking program? Who thought it was a good idea to infiltrate animal rights activists to begin with, right? Oh, you did? Okay, you gotta go. Cool, next. Okay, and then you came up with the plan, you came up with the plot. Okay, we gotta, by any means necessary, Malcolm X type shit. You gotta go. Who was the person right over you? Who was the handler right over you that knew everything that you reported to? Oh, it was them and them. They gotta go. Like everybody, we cleaning house. Everybody gotta go. Clean it all out.
Too, Public, and this is a huge part of the story as well. It was majority of the women who were doing it, who are part of this activist movement. And I want to be clear, because I can almost 100% bet, and this is just my opinion, that if I were to go look into that organization, that it wasn't just animals' rights that they were fighting for, it was also women. And let me tell you something else. There is nothing easier to dismantle a woman's pursuit in anything than to get her pregnant. You cannot sit here and tell me that these men were not commissioned with telling them to disable these women by making them mothers. That's the easiest thing to do. If you want to stop or sit a woman down, you get her pregnant. So this goes back to everyday life, like what you were talking about, Pinhead. Because yes, this is an extreme situation, but majority of men, a lot of men will get a woman pregnant because he wants her to sit down, stop going out, stop spending time with her friends. He'll get her pregnant because he doesn't want her to get better in her career. The reality of it is,
want her to leave.
If you think sexual reproduction is not weaponized against women, you are lost your mind. You've lost the plot. So for you to say that these men are not take the longest lengths possible, even if it takes 90, 100, 365 days for them to agree to impregnate a woman and then leave her, you're not all there, buddy. You can't be, because you're not paying attention.
Yeah, these dudes will do it. They'll do it. These men will wait a year.
I never even have that thought about that. I know it happens. It's disgusting. I'm against. I don't even know what to say. Fuck that. That's horrible. Yes. Amen. Whatever.
That's horrible. We're not asking you if you think it's horrible. We're just telling you.
No, I know that's a reality of lots of women's experiences. Well, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So this is why I don't understand, Pinhead. If your original thought was to tell women that they need to spend more time before giving, and again, like I said, like Club said, I'm sure it will do something, right? If women waited longer. But let's just be honest and be for real. Let's say instead of us talking about women vetting, we'd be talking about men protecting women, right? Mm-hmm. Most men will get up here and be like, the only woman that they protect is theirs. How do men normally mark their territory on women? They schmex them, right? So in the interim of her not having schmex, the majority of the men would not be chivalrous toward this woman. They wouldn't care to make sure that she's taken care of. If she's ever in need, they can't come to her, because at the end of the day, he only provides for women that are providing schmex for him. This is the mentality of most men. So when you say wait, what you have to understand is that a lot of these men, they use the absence of schmex as a justification for male treatment toward women. So a lot of the times women, and I'm not saying that it's right, and I feel like women should get better at this, but a lot of the times women will give it up just so that they can maintain the connection with a man, because most of the times that's what they're looking for. So this goes back to what we said before, like it's impossible to properly vet men because they set the rules, unfortunately, because of the patriarchy. Mm-hmm. So again, like all of this matters. And then last but not least, because of women are not believed in society. Like for instance, let's say I go on a date with a man, right? And he puts his phone face down. And there's two different ways this can go. I could be like, I'm not dating this man anymore because that's a red flag. But then I'll have to explain it to my friends. Oh, I don't talk to him anymore, because he put his phone down. People can be like, well, what's that mean? You don't know him. You need to give him more time, blah, blah, blah. But in the second universe, I say, okay, fine, this can mean nothing. And I go further down. This man cheats on me the entire time. And the relationship goes poor. Wait a second, real quick. The relationship is poor. And then I say to them, well, in the first time that we dated, he did place his phone down.
Oh, you should have known. That was it.
You should have known. Exactly, public. So at the end of the day, women are going to be blamed regardless if they left the red flags or not. If they left the red flags, she's not being patient. She has high standards. There's something wrong with her. She doesn't have any discernment. She thinks she knows everything. But if she overlooks them, now all of a sudden she passed off the red flag. Where's her intuition? You get what I'm saying? So,
that's what I was saying earlier today. The dude was saying that women, in one breath, the men were like, women need to like lower their standards pretty much. They need to not have these high expectations we hear all the time. It's the expectations are off in a relationship, yada, yada, yada. Like, okay, fine. You flip it around, and those same men will tell women to vet better. And I'm like, wait, so you want the women to have a lower expectation of you, not require as much out of you, while simultaneously vetting you better, meaning she should be looking for things like that, looking for you not living up to or fulfilling whatever potential or whatever idea that she has for you. But if she actually does that, y'all just gonna turn right around and go, oh, see, y'all just can't, y'all are unrealistic. Y'all just
and it gets worse, public, because then they'll get up here and say, well, it's in a man's nature to not be monogamous. Men are not naturally monogamous. They'll say that better, but then they'll be like, it's in our nature to want to knock down as many women as possible.
Yep.
That's stupid. That's crazy. But yeah, I know this wasn't your point, but putting your phone down should not be a red flag. What if you want to focus on the person you're with instead of being on your phone?
Face down. That's putting your phone face down. Is some people, it looks like you're hiding something.
Okay. Well, that. And a lot of that would be because their experiences of people. You have to go into each new interaction, not hopefully assuming that, but I know that's not easy to do with shit. Like, if the woman put her phone down, is a man going to think that too? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, some men do think that.
You see how that's not good vetting advice?
What I'm trying to say is, like, okay, I'm sorry, but focusing on the dinner and not wanting to be on your phone, face up, face down. I'm sorry, like, that's not what I
but that's the point that Bree was trying to make that you missed, because in a vacuum, okay, that shouldn't be a deal breaker. Like, most people are not going to walk away from a person because they put their phone face down on the first date. But move down the line, say this man, she ends up in a relationship with him, he cheats on her. People are going to say, oh, but he put his phone face down on the first date. That should have kind of been a red flag. Yep. You ignored red flags. Like, it basically, your vetting skills is it's only as good as the man you're with is willing to be.
How honest he is.
Like, you as a woman, how you're going to be judged for how well you vetted is only going to depend on the outcomes. Like, if it could mean nothing that he turned his phone down, or it could mean everything. So you aren't better at vetting because you decided, nope, you put your phone down, that's it, versus, and nothing happened of it, versus somebody else who, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about your vetting skills. It's about the fact that, is that man a cheater or is he not? There is no amount of vetting that's going to help you with that. Because like you said, somebody simply turning their phone down doesn't mean they're a cheater. But that particular man is. So now what?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, shit, like, you don't know what men are doing. You don't, like, just as a human being, it could be like, oh, that's a problem. Or you could cut him off. Like, to Bree's point, let's use her scenario again. This is literally what I said earlier. That man turns that phone over and Bree goes, oh, that's a red flag. And she leaves him. But let's say that man was really the man that Pinhead is talking about. He's just a respectful man. He was never, like, we can't play this out, but I'm saying we know in this scenario, if you were to play it out, he was going to treat her the best. He was never going to abuse her. He was never going to do nothing. You know what I mean? He was going to be the best guy. He really just wanted to focus all his attention on her.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But she would never have known, because things like red flags could send people running from people who, we're not perfect. We're human. We do human things. You know what I'm saying? Things can easily be perceived as like, oh, that's bad. And that's why I hate that. That's why I hate the red flag terminology in general, because we misuse it. We just apply it to everything. Somebody does anything that to you doesn't seem normal, it's a red flag.
You know what's crazy? And the reason why I know that to be true, public, is because I'm very big. I'm not big. I'm very big on red flags. Mm-hmm. And even I have noticed how it's impossible. It is impossible because I'm the kind of woman where if I'm wearing heels and my man or any man that I'm on a date with is walking me to my door or wherever we're walking, and he walks me in in grass or on gravel, I'm done with you. For me, if I'm walking in heels and you walking fast, or you don't give a fuck about how tall my heels are, if I'm struggling walking in heels and you're not holding my hand or whatever, I drop you for that, right? Mm-hmm. But people think that I'm insane because they're like, you know, that how do you know? What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, this is my vetting process, right? Yep. And they feel like I am not qualified to have my own vetting process. So now I'm realizing that it's not the vetting that's the issue. It's the fact that you want me to take responsibility for men's bad behavior, and that's just all that it boils down to. Mm-hmm. Because I'm very seldom wrong about men. I clock them like a mile away. I'm really good at it because my father was very abusive. I watched him. Mm-hmm. I knew what it looked like. And so as a result, I have never been in an abusive relationship because I don't play the radio. I'd rather be safe than sorry. But do you know how they demonize me for that? Like my own mom used to call me a man unaliver. You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, you're the worst. You don't play the radio with these niggas. And I said, I don't, because I saw what it looked like when you didn't. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's never about red flags. I feel like when people are talking about red flags, they're talking about hindsight 2020. That's all they're talking about. They're saying, yeah, they're just saying, oh, well, let's look behind the situation and let's just see what you might have missed. But that's the only way that you can do it is hindsight 2020. That's it. They're lying about these red flags. Yep. The only real red flags is if that motherfucker hit you. You know what I'm saying? If he lied, if you catch him in a lie, like those are ironclad red. Everything else is like, is that problematic? Is that really? But even that, public, I have to give some pushback on that because I feel like that's not a red flag. That's overt you were being abusive. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why I don't call it a red flag is because most men don't strike you until you are dependent on them in some way. Yeah. Men wait until you absolutely need them to be that type of abusive. This is the reason why most women don't get cheated on until they're in a committed relationship or until they're pregnant. So red flags are supposed to be a precursor of behaviors, right? Mm-hmm. Of abusive behaviors. Mm-hmm. But once they start being abusive, it's most likely because they know that there's nowhere for her to go. Yep. Either they've isolated her from her family, moved her from out of her city or state. You get what I'm saying? And that's when it becomes abusive. I hear you. Yep, that's 100%. That's right. Go ahead, Sabra.
Hey, what's up?
Chilling.
So, I was listening when she said, the red flags y'all are saying the red flags are hindsight 2020. I do think that's true to some degree, but we were just talking about red flags and green flags on our podcast a few weeks ago, and I'm just like, I don't think you can really vet for green flags for the most part. But
green flags is just normal, just shit that you should be doing anyway.
Yeah, but also my reason for that is that most guys will just pretend to be, the so-called green flags, whatever they are, until they get what they want. So that's why, I would never say, oh, these are green flags for the most part. But the red flags, there are some red flags in men that are just flat out right there from the very beginning.
Like what? No, don't tell us. I don't want to get you. I don't want to get it. Yeah, I don't want the men that you DM me. Idea. Yeah, I want to get these things.
I could be kind of vague.
All right, you can be vague.
I pay attention to the way that they treat people around them in general. Mm-hmm. So
that's fair.
I remember one time I talked to a guy. He was yelling. This was our first date. He seemed so nice. Mm-hmm. He was yelling on the phone at somebody, and I thought it was his baby mama, which I was already turned off by that. But to make matters worse, come to find out, he was yelling at his mother. Ooh. He was like, "Oh, that's my mom." He never heard from me again because I'm like, he was talking to his mom like he hated her guts over her babysitting his daughter. Certain things like that. Sometimes guys will just show you how much of an asshole they are in the very beginning.
That's what I was gonna say. That's an easy one, right?
Yeah, that a love bombing is a red flag.
How do you know? How do you know they're love bombing you?
Because there's no way you love me and we've only known each other for a month.
Oh, literally saying the word "I love you." Okay.
I'm literally saying, like, oh, you're the most perfect woman. Where have you been all my life?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We're connected. You know, all that type of bullshit.
Yeah. That's fair. Yep.
That's a whole red flag.
Gotcha.
A guy that's rushing into marriage, he's rushing to want to marry you very early on is a red flag. You know, I could be here all day listening to things that are red flags.
What about a man that don't respect animals or treat animals badly?
I think that's what? That is a whole red flag.
I'm not talking about like actually abusing them, but just like little way. I mean, like just
being mean.
Yeah, not like overly abuse. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
So if he doesn't like animals or he's not very fond of animals, that's fine. Everybody don't have to like animals. But if he's mean to animals,
you kind of gotta like animals, man. I don't know.
I agree. You have to be a cat person or something.
I ain't saying you gotta live with an animal. I ain't saying you gotta live with an animal, but saying you don't like animals is kind of fucking crazy. Like you don't like animals.
I agree. Animals are so vulnerable, and so if you're mean to something vulnerable, you're going to be mean to anybody. In my personal opinion, you don't have respect for boundaries. That's a red flag for me personally. Also, because most serial unalivers usually start out with harming animals. Yeah. So that to me,
What about like also how a man talks about like different subjects? Like you get into hey, do you want to have kids? And the man says like and talking really bad about that, or
what do you mean? How do you talk bad about not wanting to have kids? Like in what way?
I mean,
what is he saying?
Maybe not just about wanting to have kids, but like. You know, what if a man's with a single woman and he says, I don't want to, or with the woman and says, I have a friend like this, single woman, I hate that shit. Like, that's a red flag, right?
Right.
Like, talking about.
What are you saying?
I don't understand what
I'm saying talking about not wanting to have kids.
Qualifier. It's two different things.
I guess it is two different things. I'm going all over the place.
It's a disqualifier because it depends on if that woman wants the same thing or not. Because, like, my boyfriend is child-free like I am. If he would have said he wanted kids in the future, or if he had kids, that for me that would have been a red flag because I've already been down that road and I don't want to do it again. So like that would be a red flag for me. But if you want kids as a woman and a man is saying, "Oh, I never want kids," then that would be a red flag for that woman.
What if they don't like kids? Not only they don't want kids, they say, kid, like I hate kids.
Red flag.
Not liking kids is just like not liking animals to me because like why don't you like kids? Like kids me being child free. People think I hate kids. I'm like, no, kids are absolutely great. Yeah. But I just don't want the responsibility.
You don't want none for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love birds. I don't want a bird though.
I don't want to capture a bird.
I don't want to capture a bird, but I love birds though. Yeah.
Right. I think people will keep birds in cages is cruel. Like they're supposed to fly. They're not supposed to be stuck in a cage for the rest of their life. Yeah. So that would be a red flag for me personally. But I'm just saying, I was talking about like the most vague, not vague, but like the most obvious type of red flags.
Mm-hmm.
There are definitely red flags that you don't have to go through before you figure it out. That's all I'm saying.
But I have a little pushback on that too, Sovereign, because let's just say that this woman has dealt with men who have a problem with commitment beforehand, and so she's learned how to clock men who have poor issues with commitment, right? But then she meets a man who's actually love bombing her and blindsides her with now he's proving or showing that he cares a lot about
being committed.
Commitment. Mm-hmm. Right. So this is the thing. This is the reason why I stay true to red flags, because even though there is a sign, it doesn't mean everybody can read it. Right. I feel like I feel like a lot of the times when we're talking about dating, it goes off of your experiences. It doesn't just go off of the experiences of you dating the person, but also what your family has told you, the information that you're taking in, the books you're reading, the movies you're watching. These all play a part in how you discern or use your discernment throughout your lifetime, right? So again, if like, let's say that I am able to clock this man is love bombing me, then what ends up happening if I'm trying to clock if a man doesn't have he has commitment issues? You get what I'm saying? Like it just after you've seen one red flag, then you got to dismantle all these other ones because they don't come. They're not linear. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Like they're all over.
I got some red flags for you. Ask him.
Unfortunately, most men are just a red flag in general.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I got red flags. I got some red flags for you. Ask him what his favorite. Ask him what his favorite basketball team is. Right. If he says I don't have a favorite team, I just follow players, then he got commitment issues. If he say ask him. Hold on, man. Hold on. See, hold on. I'm dropping gems. Give me a second. If he say, if he don't understand, if he say, oh, well, right now I'm a Lakers fan because I'm a Bron fan, and then he for the streets. Also, another red flag is if he's a man.
Not exactly.
Because me, all men are red flag. All men are red flag.
90%.
And that's coming from a man. I'm telling you, I don't trust niggas. So that's how I go.
On the first date, ask him if he has a penis. Then you know.
What you got going on working with down there? Oh, I got a wang. Oh, okay.
They gonna lie about that too.
I knew it.
What about for real if you're out to dinner and you're rude to wait staff and you don't tip at all and you're just rude? That's
a red flag for me personally. A man who doesn't tip is a red flag for me personally. I think it should be a red flag for women in general, but I can't tell y'all what to do. But if a man is rude and he don't tip, that's a precursor to what you can expect in your relationship. I have never known that to not be true.
Hey, what if he don't tip and he tell you because tipping is racist?
What?
Tipping was a.
I don't care what the reason is. The only legitimate reason you could ever give me for not tipping someone is if that person was like so obviously rude to you. That's it. That's the only way. If the person so this is bad, but it wasn't their fault, because I used to be a server, and a lot of times waitresses get blamed for the kitchen taking forever.
Hey, hold on,
like that.
Sabra, when you was a waitress, when you were serving, have you ever got into? I got into a full-throated argument before in the kitchen with some non-black people, because they was back there talking about how black people only tip $5 and it don't matter how much the bill is. They was like, black, I know I'm gonna get $5 from this table. Like already, like they just sat the person down in their section and they was already in the back talking about how little they was gonna get tipped or whatever. And I was like, you know, they was saying it like right in front of me, which I be feeling like all them things be tests. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I'm feeling like that's
to me too. I used to work in the.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you was back there too. I be feeling like them shits is like a test. Like I was like, oh, they must be testing, like seeing if I'm black or not. Like, I clearly I'm black, but maybe they think I'm like a different type of black person. No, because they was right in front of me, like, yeah, you know. And they said some black people down there, and you know, watch their bill be like $150, and they tip me like $5. They're not even gonna tip me 10%. Like doing that shit. Man, I must be.
They never noticed the white people who undertip black servers
all the time. Oh, but my neck. Oh, when it. Hey, the way my shit. I whipped
like
them up.
I've had people say that they wanted a different server before I gave them their water.
Have any one of y'all? You saying you were pub? Have y'all ever had what I like to call waitress intuition?
Yeah.
Where
server intuition? Yeah, I've had that many times.
Where you can kind of guess the tip. Yeah,
you can kind of guess
all the time.
You can kind of guess if they're gonna tip you or not. So y'all
if they're gonna be problematic, I used to guess if they're gonna be problematic. Like if they're gonna be like it don't matter what I do, they're gonna say like, well, I asked for ranch, and you didn't, and they didn't ask for the, you know what I mean? Like they never asked you for the ranch, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. And in your mind, like you never fucking asked me for ranch. Just say you wanted more ranch. I'd have brought you more ranch. You know, whatever. You bring them the ranch or whatever. Yeah. I definitely would have it. Yes.
I will say this, and I don't care what race you are. If I just get a sense that you're gonna give me a hard time, whether you black, white, Latina, I don't give a damn.
You don't care.
I used to tell the hostess, don't sit them at my table.
I don't care. I can see you doing that. You definitely got that.
And it was like, don't sit them at my table every day. I used to work at Hooters, and I'm telling you, when people walked in, I used to be like, don't sit them at my table, whoever it is, because I could just tell if it's a bunch of teenagers or if it's, you know what I mean? Like I could just tell, I'm here to work hard. I'm trying to make money. Don't sit them at my table. And for the most part, they didn't, and it just is what it is.
But I did want to say something about the no tipping being a red flag thing, because it just kind of brings the whole conversation back full circle about like how funny the red flag conversation is. My ex, aka baby daddy, used to, I was a bartender too. He would leave the tip blank and sign the receipt and tell me to fill it in.
Oh, he got you.
He got
Oh, that nigga got you. Hey, that nigga got
but it's
hey, play
what I'm saying is all of this stuff is like, okay, yeah, you should try your best.
Is that love bombing?
Right, exactly. You should try your best.
Enjoy tipping because I had an ex when I was living in California. He was rich, and he used to let me pick how much we was gonna tip somebody.
Hey,
and I used to.
That would be considered a green flag, right?
But
it wasn't a green flag.
No, we were already together though. That was the thing. But
yeah,
long
term,
I like tipping. I love tipping. I love it. I look for
tipping is an art.
Not a reason.
Right. No, what I'm saying is he was doing that for me. Like I was the bartender. We weren't in a relationship. We weren't even dating.
Yeah.
He would come in, get his drinks or whatever, and then when it was time for him to go, he would sign the receipt, push it to me, and say, fill it in.
Hey, your best friend BBG said, let that man come home.
You know what? I got some choice words for you.
Hey, your best friend BBG said, let that man back in his house. Make him a key tonight. Let him back in.
Please leave me alone.
You know what, y'all? It reminds me of that, the green flag that they used to tell us when I was young. That you need to watch how this man treats his mom, and like make sure that he's really.
That shit don't matter.
Yeah,
that nigga love his mama. That nigga love his mama because she worked 3 jobs.
And then I ended up with a mama's boy. I ended up with a man who only cared about his mama's input in our house. Then all of a sudden, his mom was actually the queen of my house, and it wasn't me.
Yep.
So the whole entire time, I was listening to everybody else talk about something. That's not how he treats his mom.
Arguing over who gonna sit in the front seat, your mama or your wife.
And it was always his mama. And I can tell that. And listen to everybody else about these stupid ass red flags. I totally missed that there's a whole possibility this man is going to have his mom usurp my authority in my own home. To the point where literally, y'all, he kept me off the deed and put his mom on the deed.
Oh my God. I'm saying you ain't ever been in an abusive relationship though. That sounds like abuse. What the fuck? That's crazy.
No, you're right. Take it back. You're right.
It just wasn't like that.
I learned at a young age that the whole take your mom home, your girlfriend home to beat your mom was a lie. I figured that out.
That shit's stupid. Hey, hold on, wait. I've
seen so many guys who will be taking their 3 girlfriends home to meet their mom in the same month.
Hey, hold on. I gotta say something real quick. I'd rather get punched in the jaw than have somebody take me off the deed of the house. I ain't gonna even hold you. I'd rather a nigga DDT me off the top rope than fucking take me off the deed.
Right, but in my defense, I met my first husband when I was 17. He was 11 years older than me.
God,
I'm talking about once I made my adult, once I became an adult. Yeah, no. I know. When I said that first, I was talking about once I became an adult. But yeah.
Come on.
I know. Okay. You're right.
Come on. Come on now, man. You started off. You can't. I was believing you. When you said you was like, I've been in this relationship, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Congratulations. Now I'm looking at like, wait, are you even? Hold up now.
Yeah, you're right. I spoke too soon.
Hold up now. Wait a minute. That's not okay.
But what I'm talking about is after that, I learned a lot.
Hey, where was your daddy at?
My dad was.
Oh yeah, you said your dad was an abuser.
Yeah, he was real bad.
Because I was gonna say, because I was to the men's, because they be like, bring that man home and da 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 da.
Oh, I did. And listen, my dad was trying to get me with men who were 15 years older than me.
Oh.
My dad was terrible.
Oh.
Because I was very much a Christian, or very much pick me. And so I believe what everybody was saying. Bring him to your dad. Your dad needs to know, even though my dad was abusive my entire life. So, still,
would you look at that? Hey, Bree, would you look at that? The daddies don't be helping at all. They be making the shit worse. Ain't that some shit? Because I swear to God, I was on the live for an hour and a half today, and the men was spitting on their phone talking about you gotta bring them to the men. The women can't vet. You gotta bring them to the men. The men gonna vet them. I was like, the men are fucking atrocious at vetting. Y'all don't know shit about vetting. Y'all gonna sell that lady into bondage. Oh no, the men. I was a terrible man. I know terrible men. I was like, you don't though. You don't know what. You don't know. You look. Here's the thing. How I know y'all don't know terrible men, even if you terrible, because you think that you're decent.
Yep.
That's how I know. You don't even understand how diabolical you were. So you just recognizing that you wasn't perfect, that you had some shortcomings. Fine, that's all well and good, right? Cool, that's better than most men. Fine, but you are still a whole piece of shit out here. Talking about, I know what terrible men look like because I'm bad. Like, nothing. You don't even know what you look like. You don't. You have no self-awareness whatsoever. If you had better self-awareness, we wouldn't be here. That's the biggest problem with men. Men, the lack of self-awareness is fucking crazy. They don't be knowing shit about, like, we don't recognize nothing about ourselves. Nothing. Shit is crazy. Good or bad. Like, good or bad, right? Because the good things, we overinflate. So we don't know where we stand, and then the bad things we don't acknowledge. It's wicked. Go ahead, Simon.
No, I agree with you, and I would say don't forget about the not in my circle dudes.
Oh yeah,
I'm a dude, so all the guys in my circle good because the guys in my circle don't do this. They don't cheat. They don't beat. They don't do that. And I'm just like, really? You can tell by how they are and what they talking about up here exactly who they friends. I can tell you exactly who your friends are.
Ain't none of my friends abusive. You are abusive right now in this live, nigga. What you talking about? None of your friends are abusive. Yes, you are. So wait. Anytime a man says none of my friends are this, then it's them. Because odds are it's one of y'all. If you got 5 friends and you say, no, none of my friends, I will stand on it. Ain't none of my friends graping nobody. Okay, then you the greatest.
Then you don't. Yeah, exactly.
No, none of my friends lay hands on a woman. Oh, then you be beating on women then. It's one of y'all.
It's always one, at least one.
It's one of y'all. I don't know which one it is. It's one of y'all. You got 4 or 5 friends. It's one of y'all. Guaranteed. Maybe 2, but it's guaranteed one. For real, for real. So you either don't know the motherfucker or it's you. That's why y'all should just shut up. That's why y'all should just shut up. Come sit next to old public. Shut y'all motherfucking mouths. Stop trying to give women advice. Stop trying to tell them how to spot the bad men and they need to just go on and shut the fuck up. Right? Stop talking about not my homies. Stop talking about not most men. Just stop. Stop. You're not helping. You're not helping the cause. I promise you. You're not helping anybody. No, not on my lap, next to me. Not on my lap. Go ahead, Pinhead, if you want to say something.
Oh, no. Man, I've just been listening to all this, the red flag conversation. I think should I agree? It's probably the first prompt that you've had that I just agree with, probably I would just say straight up. We had a conversation earlier, I was trying to understand, but no, I agree. I agree with this. And I mean, blatant red flags are helpful, but yeah, this is really helpful. This is good. Sorry, I don't have a lot to say.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
Okay. What up, BBG?
Hey y'all. No, you absolutely right. About 2 things. One, about the dudes wanting to sit on your lap. I think you accurately depicted that.
See?
And so,
there you go. Huh? There you go. There you go.
I'm sorry, what?
There you go. Why do dudes want to sit on my lap, BBG? What you talking about?
You are gonna have to ask them. Every single time they get up here, they start getting mesmerized by your nails and your outfit and your hair. Every single time. You probably should not have slapped your knee in front of all these people because the next time you come on this live, you probably gonna be Santa. They gonna be waiting. Don't do a pop-up.
You a Lakers fan?
Of course.
Or not only a LeBron fan?
I'm a LeBron fan because he's on the Lakers. Yeah.
But once he leaves, you'll still be a Lakers fan?
Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan. I was fucking 3. I grew up listening to Chick Hearn, baby. What you talking about? I'm Lakers, Dodgers, fucking SC. I'm an LA nigga. I'm Long Beach nigga, but I'm an LA, sports fan. Go ahead, BBG.
Exhibit A. But I think the other thing is a lot of dudes don't know how to vet. Like they don't know They have no idea how to pick their friends. They have no idea how to pick the women in their lives. They have no idea how to pick relationships. They be around dudes. And the craziest part about it is, like you said, I was listening to the live that she was in earlier for a little second. In certain lives I don't go into, but I was listening for a little second. And the funniest part was like the dudes who were talking about not my circle. You know, you gotta vet. They are the men that people need to be vetting from.
Always.
Like every single, you are on a live with people talking about a topic, and you are so enraged that you get to the point of threatening people. One of the dudes that you was talking to, I remember him getting so pissed off at me that he started sharing his daughter's location on the live. Why? I'm like, I'm not even lying. Why? He was like, I know exactly where my daughter is.
Like that. Mm-hmm.
Right. So I could protect my daughter. I know exactly where she is. See, and literally screenshot where his daughter was and shared it on the live. And I was like, sir, I beg of you, take that off. Take that down. Take that down. Turn your camera. No, I just want y'all to see. I want y'all to understand. No, we don't need to see. We don't need to understand. I'm not even lying. And like men do things like this to sort of prove to themselves and to other men that they are constantly in control, and they never actually are. They don't know their friends. They don't know themselves. They don't know that they are the red flags. They have no idea that the red flags that people be talking about. And just like you said earlier, when you start asking them about their circle, they be like, ain't nobody in my circle like that. And they all turn, honestly, to me, it reminds me of that skit they had of Judas, where they was like, one of you will betray me tonight. And everybody was like, is it me, Jesus? Is it me, Jesus? And then Judas was like, is it me, Jesus? And Jesus turned around and was like, is it me, Jesus? Like, it's like they are Judas. They are Judas, sitting at the table like idiots, like asking, like, one of us is abusive. I'm not abusing me. Am I abusive? Is it me? Is it me? Like, yeah, it's you. You obviously you are abusive because of the way that you talk to women that you don't know, who you only know them as a screen name and a small profile picture. And you're so pissed off at those women that you are yelling and screaming and kicking or threatening them based on a topic. Like, you are the red flag. So surely they can't see red flags in other people because they are.
Nah, they hate y'all because y'all be clocking their shit.
That's true.
That really be getting underneath their skin, and that shit, they gotta let that sink in sometimes though. Cause it just be what it be, man. I just be like, hey, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get, so everybody, hey, we all get clocked every now and again. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Part of life, man. It's part of the experience. You clock these motherfuckers, they get to squirming and lying. That's not what I said. That's not, she's a lie. She putting words in my mouth. I was like, what? That's somebody, oh my God. Hey, man. I promise y'all, I swear to God, I don't want to put nothing in y'all mouth.
They don't know that we know how to infer.
Yes.
We can hear what they're saying, and we're like, okay, I can infer from what you're saying. This is basically what you're saying. And there are two.
That's not exactly what I said. I know that's not exactly what you said.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Fucking dummy. Sad. That's not what we said.
We also recognize patterns. Recognize patterns. Mm-hmm. We know, like, and I did a video about this a long time ago about women's intuition literally just being pattern recognition.
That's all. That's what I was just saying. I was like, women ain't got no fucking intuition. Women just be paying attention.
Literally.
That's really what it is.
You can't read into the future. Hold on. Niggas really just act the same.
Y'all niggas think women is mythical fucking unicorn-like niggas. And they may very well be. Y'all fairies in my book. But I'm saying, though, let's be real. There ain't no mythical. They just paying attention. They just paying attention.
Like B2K. It's one nigga in a vest with no shirt on. It's one nigga with the vest zipped up. It's one nigga with a long sleeve shirt on. It's one in a polo. Like, but they all doing the same dance routine. They all singing the same song. Like, it's just a variation of the same kind of do. And I think that women, because of the way that we have to protect ourselves, we notice the pattern more often than men do. Because honestly, women are really showing up as their authentic selves. Yep. Some of them really be crazy from scratch.
They do.
Most of the crazy women that I've seen men involved with, I ain't even gonna lie. I have seen
men. You knew they was crazy a mile away.
You knew she was crazy. It was. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be quiet. There was one girl, and that I'm not lying, I went to college with. And these dudes kept having issues with her. She came to my dorm room one time, and we was, being very college girly. We was in there talking about, smecks and sexual experiences. And she said, yeah, sometimes when you with a dude, you just got to grab it and you got to nibble on it a little bit, and proceeded to go, nah, 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 nah. Me and all of my friends audibly get that little scream that you be doing. All of us did it at the same time. I was like, oh, what do you mean? You got to, and she turned. She was like chewing out the side of her mouth, and we was like, "Oh, she crazy for real." She a psychopath. But dudes kept.
I ain't gonna lie, that don't sound too bad, but
it was horrible. But the gesture was the part that was scary. But we was like, she's crazy from scratch. Like she really crazy. And dudes kept dating her, and we kept warning them, like, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't date her. She's a biter." And they be like, y'all just always trying to hate on somebody.
Once you told them that she was a biter, that's what made them want to date them. That's what I'm saying. You thinking like a woman. You thinking rationally. We are irrational. We like that type of shit.
Totally agree.
That's the problem. You can't scare us away with none of that type of shit. But I did see a woman yesterday at the store, and I don't know nothing about that lady. I don't know that lady from nothing. But when I tell y'all, my spirit, I don't even know if I still got one of them motherfuckers. But my spirit told me, now that's a lady you avoid. That's a person you stay away from, right? I didn't want no parts of that woman. Like I didn't want to get to know her. I didn't want to say hi. Like, cause I be, hey, when you walk, hey, how you doing? I was like, nah, I ain't gonna even keep my eyes down. And we cross each other on the aisle. I'm looking at my list. I'm looking, what else I need? Shit, I'm doing like this, looking at the high shelves.
Because if she make eye contact with you, it's gonna be like Bird Box.
I didn't want, if something bad was gonna happen, and I didn't want to have to deal with it. I was like, I'm good. It wasn't worth the risk. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. You know what I'm saying? So I let it go.
Let me ask BPG something. I'm gonna drop down. So BPG, so you as a woman, are you saying that you have never been in a situation where you don't have to see anything, a feeling just comes to you out of nowhere? Like if you're doing laundry or, I don't know, washing dishes or something, and you just have a feeling of something, like something bad is about to happen, or somebody finna call me, or I've been thinking about such and such, and they will just randomly call you out of nowhere, even if you haven't talked to them in like a month.
Yeah, that's what happened to me before.
I feel like that's I don't know, maybe
that ain't intuition.
But it happens to me often, but also I got anxiety. I always think the sky is falling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you could just, if you always think it's something bad gonna happen and it's something bad, that's intuition.
That is one example. I'm saying, even if it's just, I randomly thought about my cousin and I had to talk to my cousin in a month, and at random, you think about them, and then like 2 minutes later they call you out of nowhere.
See,
for sure, I've had that happen, but I think with men in particular, I will say the pattern recognition I'm talking about, women get hypersensitive to. Like, and I don't mean like a little bit, I mean a lot of it. I have met men, and I will tell my husband quick in a heartbeat, like, hey, get away from him. Don't trust that nigga.
Yeah, my wife do that shit all the time. She be like, no, I don't like them. No, that's not intuition, sovereign woman.
Intuition.
Nah, man, that is not intuition, ma'am. I disagree. That is not intuition.
It's called intuition, but it's called intuition because of the fact that they associate it with some like mythical.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't that.
To dismiss that women are actually right. Like
that's why I want to give it. It makes it more dismissive to call it intuition. Like it's this mythical thing. It's like, no, it's just women be fucking clocking y'all shit, nigga. This ain't no mythical shit to it.
You just don't believe in calling it that.
Yeah, I don't believe in calling it that.
In men, it's recognized as genius. Like seriously, when it's a man that can recognize these patterns and he's able to,
they make that nigga CEO. If he can do it, they make him CEO and shit.
For sure he will. For sure, he'll be the owner of a company or a president over a company, or he'll be a professor or whatever. Like they recognize that as genius. But with women, it's called intuition intentionally so that it can be dismissive of like, Well, she just like to gossip. You know how women are. You know how when that women's intuition. If it was so good, she would have been like, no, she was
like
able
it's
to
superstitious. It's almost like superstitious. Like, oh, my palms was itching, and I got some money. 10 minutes later, like, no, that's
like no.
That's not what happened.
If you had checked your transcripts, you would have seen that
they had already said they sent you an email 3 months ago saying that they was gonna send you $150.
Like the money was coming.
And the shit showed up.
Because it's been 2 weeks.
So we have to come up with another name to call it then, basically.
Pattern recognition. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's a bunch of other ways to describe it just to make sure that what I want to recognize is that it's women actually doing labor. You see what I'm saying? It's actually women like putting in the work. Somebody said it's really just PTSD. That shit was funny, but not funny. But it was funny.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say, public. I think a lot of it is PTSD because here's what we do have to remember is epigenetics plays a huge part in this too. Because let's talk about precocious puberty. They've done studies to show that the majority of people who suffer from precocious puberty have a line of women that have been sexually abused, right? Which means that their bodies recognize things because our bodies keep the score. And when we're reproduced or we're born, a lot of the trauma that our parents had experienced is now placed into us, and we're able to feel something that we've never actually experienced in our lifetime but we're able to recognize it through our genetic makeup, right? So that plays a part as well. So yes, it is passed down PTSD. This is the reason why Black people are suffering from a lot of PTSD due to slavery. None of us have ever seen slavery like that, but we still turn and laugh. But we remember that whole thing about how when they used to laugh in a barrel or whatever. You get what I'm saying? We run, that kind of thing. So all of it plays a part. I don't think it's just like they were saying some superstitious thing. It is a real tangible skill that women are conditioned into having because our survival depends on it.
Fish girl? Oh, veggie girl. Okay.
All right, I'm about to drop down.
I just wanted to say one thing, y'all.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dad. Go ahead.
You was on their head this morning. You keep your feet on their necks, baby. You had them so mad. BBG, you missed it. He got up in Diamond's Live, and he had them so mad. It was so good. It felt so good.
You on Diamond's Live?
Yeah, Diamond's Live every now and again.
That's all I wanted to say. That was funny.
Thanks, Dad.
That was funny.
I love going on Diamond Live. She just be live like early when I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do it. First of all, I can't get on there because I'll be doing shit. And then secondly, a lot of the topics, don't be shit that I'll be interested in. But when she be talking about shit that I care about talking about, then I jump on that motherfucker. And that shit always be entertaining for me. I be entertained. I be having a blast doing that shit. I love it. Teresa said, hold on, let me read these super chats. Intently said, I was outside shoveling about 8 inches of snow. A whole city truck with a blade, man driving it, rolled right past me, never fails. No booty, no duty. What? Belonius Monk said, sadly, like many other conversations, the expectation comes from women to fix something they didn't create nor cause. Keep speaking. I appreciate you, brother. That's what I'm saying. That's why I hate having this conversation, like sometimes in this way, because it always circles back to like, how much more labor can we do, like get out of women, right? Like how much more can we get women to invest without men actually investing much of anything? And that's why I'll never let men slide with the idea that like women need to vet better or choose better or anything like that. Like I'm never playing that game with you. It's never going to be that. It's always going to be, oh, men could just be better. Because that's the actual cure to all of this, right? Like the solution is men being better. The solution is never women. You need to get a microscope and put every man underneath it, and that's gonna be like, ain't gonna do shit. They ain't gonna help. What up, Deontay?
What up, Pub? I just had I was listening earlier, and I don't remember if it was Bree or Sovereign who said that they'll cut dudes off for like the simplest of things. And I had this question. I was taught growing up by my mom that like if you're walking with a woman, you know what I'm saying, you walk on the street side, she's not next to the cars and some shit happened. I wanted to ask the ladies, is that still a thing? Or am I just like the only one?
It's nothing wrong with still doing it, but that's not a way to vet a man. Because the craziest ex that I've ever had used to do that, and he turned out to be a psycho. So
I don't do that shit. Like
I don't think
I
it's
do.
anything wrong with
I do it sometimes.
outside of it's like, but that's not really a vetting. Like, it's fine, but that's not enough to be like, oh, this is a green flag. He's a great guy. Absolutely not.
Oh no, for sure, for sure. I just wanted to ask that. Just
depends on
I heard
the woman.
that.
It really depends on the woman. If you get with a woman and she shows you gratitude for that, then go with it. You know.
Yeah.
And if I could add, that's not. I promise you, that's not a green flag. It's not a. I agree absolutely with what Sovereign said.
That shit might be a red flag, low key, when you really start. like this nigga performative as fuck.
Because I'm not even gonna lie, I did not know that was like some weird chivalrous thing. Because I remember the first time that I was taught that, and that was by my dad. And my dad said that pimps had a hose walk on the outside. So you don't walk on the outside because he's trying to advertise you to sell you if you walking on the outside. I didn't know until I was much older that apparently people had other reasons why. And my dad probably was the biggest red flag that you could find.
Ain't nobody about to pull up and snatch no woman while you walking with her next to her, even like inside or outside. If they would pull up and snatch her, they would pull up and snatch her on the curb or off the curb. It don't fucking matter. If they want her that bad, they gonna do it no matter what. So no matter where you walking at. That's fucking crazy. Y'all.
It's not about the car coming and maybe.
See, y'all got different.
You're not big enough to block a car.
Like, bro, a car. We both getting hit, man.
Power Rangers.
We both getting hit, man.
I'm saying the reaction to get out of the way in time, she'll be farther away.
We would both be hit.
That man talking about the car coming. He talking about he gonna go, wait. You know, nigga, you can't stop no car.
Like, stop. Y'all cannot. You can't block cars. You can't stop kidnappers. Like, men aren't even that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nothing annoys me more than men thinking that they are that alert when they are not.
At all.
They really are not.
I'll be walking in a, hey man, hey, hold on. When I was younger, I got a little bit of that left in me from the street. I got the street code in me. You know what I'm saying? It don't ever fully go away. You know what I'm saying? But at 43, I be in a bubble because I'm old. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Bang.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm old, nigga. I'm wearing what the fuck I want to wear. There's no part in this, and I live in LA. I'll go to the jungles. I'll pull up in PJ Watts. I don't give a fuck. I'll go wherever. I don't give a fuck. I'm not worried about nobody doing shit to me nowhere. Like, seriously, I look like, yeah, you look kind of, niggas know. Like, I know niggas spot me a mile away. They know if they like, this nigga is a civilian. I know how gangsters, I know what it looks like. I'll be mobbing. I'll be anywhere. No place. When I was 25, 20, oh my God, I was like, yeah, you can't go over there. You can't go over there. This is it. You can't go to that gas station. I'll pull up to any gas station at any time. I don't give a fuck. I be in a bubble as a man. I be in a real bubble. Like, the only people I got to worry about is the police. As a black man, that's it. Them the only people I still got my head on the swivel about. And I drive a Prius, and I drive the speed limit most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even be tripping.
Wrong with a Prius.
Huh?
I hate that.
Nothing wrong with a Prius.
No. I'm saying I'm not in no Hellcat or nothing like that. I ain't got no reason for motherfuckers to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
And I be like, but the police, I see the police, I still go the other way. That I don't know if that shit will ever leave me. That shit is seeing the police for me is like seeing like KKK. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing for me. I'm like, yeah, I just.
CJ said the Prius is a red flag. Hey, I'm about to drop down, but tell everybody you're gonna be on our podcast.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be on the. Well, when is it gonna air though? Or whatever.
It's gonna air next Monday. So
okay.
when we do it tonight, when you come over, that's gonna be for next week's episode. Monday.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be on the Audacity podcast sooner today. Shit, and it'll be next. We're gonna record it today, and it'll be rolling next Monday. I'll check it out. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Nice.
The Audacity is on Spotify and it's on Apple and it's spelled with the TEA at the end instead of the normal way.
Yep. Audacity. TEA. Audacity. Cry said, bro think he. All right, Sovereign. Hey, Cry said, bro think he Edward Cullen stopped in the car. Nigga, this ain't Twilight. Hey man, y'all gotta stop thinking y'all fucking superheroes and shit. Y'all is not the Black Power Ranger. Okay? If anybody the Black Power, it wouldn't be me. I'm the Green Power Ranger. But if y'all could be the Black Power Ranger if you want to be. When that nigga took his helmet off, it wasn't that nigga. Hey, I ain't never seen a nigga with edge up like that in my life. Never. He just had a line. He had a 30-degree angle. Like just like a soft, he just had like a soft line. It wasn't sharp. It was just like a soft line from his the dude, whoever cut his hair started it from this cheekbone to this cheekbone. And they did it, they just did like that. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Jay said it was a rainbow. Them niggas put a protractor on bro head and just cut that motherfucker. I was like, God damn, bro. How you let them do that to you? You not. Hey, you know what's crazy? He black. Like he a black. Like you would think he not black. Nah, he a black man. He a blur, but he black. Like he a black man. I met that nigga. He was a homegirl cousin. He was a homegirl cousin. That man pulled up. He pulled up to the I think he was at the baby shower or maybe it was a birthday party. I think it was her son's birthday party. And we all talking to that nigga. He was cool as shit. Regular nigga, just chopping it up with him. I just remember looking at his hair. He had a regular edge up that day though. It was fine. It was after the Power Rangers and shit. So he was already like retired or whatever, TV. But I just remember looking at it. I couldn't tell. I was looking at him and my eyes kept going up like this, like every time. I was like, huh?
Are you still talking about the Green Power Ranger?
No, Black Power Ranger.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Black Power Ranger. Not Jesse.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, Jesse unalive. He gone. Rest in peace to the Green Power Ranger. He gone.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to Green Power Ranger. He gone. He in the sky. Yeah, we talking about Zach. What's good with you, Wade?
Man, that pizza was so good. I had to go get me a pie.
There you go. What kind of pizza you get?
Nah, y'all gonna judge me if I tell you what type of pizza I like.
What you got?
Be scared, bro.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You got them dollar pizzas from like
nah.
Huh?
Nah, yeah. I had to. No, you guys may cancel this for me. I may be looked as a low value man for getting this type of pizza, but I just had to go and get myself an anchovy pizza. No, I don't know
that's
why.
fine. I don't mean what kind of toppings you got on it. I'm talking about like who made the pizza.
Oh yeah, I go to the local pizza spot.
Okay.
I don't go to no Papa John's. Don't find me like that in the comments. I live in New York, so there's a lot of pizza.
It's probably
spots.
decent, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's in very low value.
Yeah, I know. Anchovies. Well, I'm not married, no kids, because I get anchovies on my pizza. If I was a woman and a man ordered some anchovy pizza, I'd probably look at that as a red flag. So I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't fuck with anchovies on pizza. What up, T?
Yeah.
I see you, boy. Yeah, I don't fuck with anchovies on pizza, man. But what you want to yap about, man? What you got to say?
I don't know what happened. What y'all yapping about now?
We on the same thing, brother. You see the prompt. The prompt is the prompt.
Oh, why women better at vetting than men? I mean, my personal experience, I don't think so. But
why? Because they couldn't spot you.
What do you mean spot me? Oof.
They couldn't spot you.
I ain't never asked a woman for anything monetary.
What they got to do with? Wait, what we talking about? Money?
I asked you, what do you mean by spot?
They couldn't spot you, pick you out. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if they can't tell that I'm a piece of shit, then yeah, they're definitely bad at vetting because I'm a terrible guy. So,
but are you? But you mask though. You be lying, and like you be telling them.
I be telling them what?
It's not like you be telling them. It's not like you be like, yeah, I'm terrible.
No.
Yeah,
I tell them after the fact.
Exactly. Well, you ain't got to tell them after the fact. They already know.
Yeah, they already know. But like I said, if they had seen me order anchovies on my pizza, they would have knew I was a terrible guy from the jump.
No. More like if they listen to what the shit you be saying in these lives, they would know. Like I ain't gonna even hold you. if them women you be dating, if I, you know what I'm saying, if they ever come across these lives and they be like, oh, that's the man I used to live, or I'll be talking to, I've been talking to him for 2 weeks, and they hear you on here, they gonna instantly, the vagina gonna dry up. Sahara Desert, baby. 100% change.
So this is why I just talk my bullshit when I'm with them, and then I'm here, you see the real me.
Oh, we know. I don't know if you think we think you playing, but I believe everything you saying right now. You trying to act like it's not true. It's 100% true. I believe it. Just so you know, you trying to act like it's like I'm being facetious. I'm getting away. No, I 100% believe you. Like I said, this is Bill Bellamy and How to Be a Player. When his girl asked him what was he gonna do or what was he doing last night, and he told her the truth. He was like, "Oh, I was with this big booty Keisha, and we was in here, and he was doing like that." She was like, "Oh, you're so crazy." Because why would somebody say exactly what it is, right? But lo and behold, he was with Keisha last night, feeling on her booty. That's what you're doing right now. You like, "Oh, I'm a terrible guy, huh?" Yeah, right. But you are.
Yeah, exactly.
We got it. I'm with you. I also put two on my head for the protractor comment. Oh man, go ahead. Pinhead, did you want to say something? You've been off mute. I don't be knowing if y'all be wanting to talk when y'all be off mute, but go ahead.
Just because so I'm lazy, I don't have to press the off mute button. Is there a lot of background noise? I don't.
Yeah, there is. That's why I be like, if you ain't about to yap.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I didn't hear any noise. I kind of think that the conversation has been talked through. To be honest, maybe there's more, but I don't know what else needs to be said that hasn't already.
Well, maybe not to you, Mr. Wade here. He thinks that.
I want to hear all this. Actually, I'm interested in hearing what he said. Did he just come up here and say he's a piece of shit, or he thinks so?
Well, he came up here earlier and said that women that this isn't true because if this was true, if this was true, then there wouldn't be so many single baby mamas.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, that's what he said when he first came up here. Just so everybody knows.
That's blaming women for the fact that they're single. When the last time I checked, to be single, someone had to leave you, and most of the time, there's a reason why women leave men. It's because men are doing something.
Yep. Right.
But I mean, I don't know.
The math is mathing. The math is mathing. What do you have to say to that, Wade? Do you disagree with that?
That there has to be a reason why the woman left the man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So why initially did you make that comment? Were you being funny or did you really believe that?
What comment?
The comment that women aren't better at vetting because they are single baby mothers, and that's the proof that there's a bunch of single baby mothers.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you knew he was a piece of shit. Why do you have a baby with him?
Exactly. So obviously they didn't know he was a piece of shit, Wade.
Well, then they wouldn't be good at vetting. If they're good at vetting, you know a dude's a piece of shit.
That's not true.
So what does vetting mean?
Vetting is just using your, trying to figure out if a man is a piece of, well, also, hold on, wait. Also, I think women leaving men, because you vet constantly, you do realize that vetting doesn't only happen in the beginning of the relationship, correct?
No, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Vetting is happening the whole time while you're in the relationship with the woman or the man. So that the women are the ones who, like men like to say that, oh, men get caught more and men da. That's
actually not. Maybe you are right, because they could still be vetted after they have the baby. So maybe you're right.
Yeah, they're vetting the man the whole time. Because
I completely. Oh yeah, then yeah, probably yeah, you're right.
Because things change, and I mean men change all the time. Like I give men a little bit of grace here, right? Because men, I don't think that men are like, I was talking to my wife about this the other day. She was saying this about me. She was like, oh, like basically she was trying to say like something that I did or used to do was like really diabolical. And she was like, oh, and you were playing this. And I was like, I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm not gonna take away from what I did. Like I did what I did. Like that was fucked up, right? But I want to be honest. I'm not that fucking smart. Like it wasn't like you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like I was out here on some like I'm writing up this diabolical plan. Like it wasn't that, right? Impact over intent all day long doesn't matter whether I planned it out or not. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like a lot of times men be like really thinking that like, oh, I'm like I want to have a baby, and then the woman gets pregnant, and then the niggas start fucking wilding. You know what I'm saying? Like that happens all the time. Like I don't think that it's all the time the man is like diabolical in his mind, and then she has the baby, and then he's like, got her, I'm gonna switch. I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying sometimes it really is like the baby is the thing that triggered the change. The woman being pregnant is the thing that triggers the change. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know how no one's gonna react to having a baby. That's a game changer.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying men don't even know how they're gonna react. That's my point. Like men don't even know how they're gonna react. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't. So how do you expect a woman to vet when the men don't even know how he gonna react?
The only thing you can do is maybe look at family history, look at his background. Hopefully, all this is the.
Wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Niggas be getting their misogyny from their dad.
They do. They do be getting their misogyny.
They dad be passing it down.
Yep.
Like a fur coat.
Yep.
That's the lineage. It's like a baseball. Like they pass it down to their sons constantly. So even if you can meet a well-to-do family, who come from a 2-parent household, raised in, Pleasantville on a nice, good tree line, picket fence, house type of street, and he would still waste your time because a lot of it doesn't even have to do with whether or not a man is intelligent or whether he's intentionally diabolical. It has much more to do with he's careless. Like he sees some value in you because he was attracted to you, and he sees some value in you because of the kind of person you are and your attention to detail, your care. But what he doesn't care about is he doesn't actually care about you. So he'll do reckless things, and ever so often he'll try to double back on that. So he may try to win you back over because he sees the value in what you bring to his life, but his carelessness for you will constantly have him going back against, I want you back, baby. Oh my gosh, she ain't mean nothing, blah, blah, blah. Get back in the house after all that begging and crying.
Be quiet.
Just to, whose baby is that? Come on.
They said, and there was in the comments saying that's a baby. I couldn't see the baby.
And I guarantee you that he's in a 2-parent household. How much you want to bet he got both mom and dad in the household acting like that?
And that nigga said,
he's a little kid. He probably trolling on the internet.
I swear to God, that better not be one of my students. I'm gonna make life.
I'm just gonna assume. Don't do that. Jazzy said, "Wade, please shut up and stay out of women's DMs."
Nah, I gotta make y'all some single moms. That's what I was put on this earth to do.
Is that what you was put on this earth to do?
What?
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Michigan still got chop chops, so
that's what black men are meant to do. Make y'all single moms.
But you know what's crazy, y'all? For real, the only reason why we're having this conversation is because they don't believe that women should be able to leave the man that they've had a child with or is married to. That's all it boils down to. Like when we're talking about vetting, like we said earlier, like vetting doesn't stop. Like it's a continual thing because, as we said, we don't know how people are going to respond until it happens. So a lot of the time, like for instance, one red flag or issue is love bombing. You don't know if you're being love bombed until he stops doing what he said he's going to do, which means you have to leave the relationship. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So I think all of this boils down to them demonizing women for leaving men. That's all that this boils down to. Because they want to be able to say, oh, well, y'all had schmecks, y'all had a baby. You're supposed to be with him now. You're supposed to be stuck with him. Like, you're never supposed to be out of that relationship. And if you are, that means it's your fault because you didn't vet ahead of time. But it's all a lie. It's all a farce to get women to take responsibility for failed relationships, even though it's the man's fault.
Wicked word.
Yeah, it's wicked work, and what boils my blood when it comes to stuff like this is because yes, we talk about red flags and everything else, but what women have to understand, because I know public, you feel like men can change, I don't, but this is my thing.
Hey, now. Come on now.
Like men vet their victims And women vet their partners. Like, they're trying to find somebody who is going to co-create a life with them, who is going to share in their values. But a lot of men vet their victims, or women that are going to put up with more of their BS, women who are going to overlook their bad behaviors and find ways to placate them and to treat them well, regardless of how poorly they're behaving in the relationship. Mm-hmm. And so when it boils down to it, men think that they're better at vetting because they're more successful at finding and maintaining victims. Yep. That's the reason why they think that they're better vetters than women, because they're better at vetting victims. And women are like, no, we're not vetting victims. We're vetting someone who really wants to be a father, who really wants to be a husband, who really wants to be, co-creators, business partners, all of the things. And so they're thinking, well, if we're good at vetting victims, then y'all should be better at vetting partners. And it's like, no, it's not the same. We're not playing on the same field. So that's why it's bad for them to give advice. Like, men should just be quiet. And last but not least, I will say this. To the point of when I said I don't think men change, I actually like the fact that men are blaming women for a lot of the stuff, because that forces women to grow and evolve. And it really leaves men disabled, because the longer they pass responsibility on women on how to figure out these men, it only makes us wiser. Like BPG said earlier when we were on another live a while ago, she was saying that when we were growing up and there was an epidemic of teenage pregnancies and things like that. They were telling women, it was all over poster boards in school, everything. To women, books before boys. It was, love yourself. Stop looking for love in the wrong places. Right? But then those women grew up, and now their careers are taking off, and they don't have husbands, and they're like, we don't need men. Or now they're like, I choose to be single and love myself. And now it's a problem for men. Now they're complaining about women choosing careers over their family. Now they're over here fucking sliding out a pink wall over women wanting to be single and live a free life. Mm-hmm. It's because y'all placed, even though we were trying to tell you that a lot of these men who, these girls were getting pregnant by men 10, 15 years their senior, you didn't give a fuck about that. So now you force these women to evolve into being more independent and not needing men, and now y'all sliding on a wall. I love it for them. Like, yeah, keep saying that as women fall so that we can get one up on y'all asses every single time. Like, don't take the responsibility. We got it.
Hey, I'll be honest. I know not a woman with bum ass baby daddies, but I don't know a lot of niggas with bum ass baby mamas. So maybe she on to something.
She definitely was right. Auntie said it's not about vetting. They don't like complaints.
Yes, exactly. And I'm gonna clock Wayne and see. Hey, how y'all doing? Good afternoon.
Hey, Auntie, how are you?
Auntie.
Good. You know what I find funny is how when a man find out a woman is a single mother, they'll say, well, why you didn't stay and make your family work? But they never have that same energy for a man who leaves multiple kids in multiple places with different women. Where is the lecture for him to stay and take care of his family?
That nigga's a bum ass nigga. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm not. Your counterparts, you may not, but your counterparts celebrate shit like that. Well, you got to keep trying. Just like men are the quickest to remarry after a divorce. Women are running to take care of another nigga. They're not running to do that. Men are running to get another caretaker. Mm-hmm. They're running to get somebody to be a stepmom to their kids to take off some of that responsibility off of them. So they're always looking for and seeking out, like I can't remember her name, but you're seeking out victims because you're seeking out more women to give you more free labor. Mm. And then you make her a baby mama. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it didn't work out with her. So who is the common denominator out of all this? We have a resident who comes in here often, 11 kids with 7 baby mamas.
Mm. God damn.
Okay.
All these dudes got all these baby mamas. I don't got one. I must be doing something wrong out here in these streets.
Intentionally though. So that's what I'm saying. So all this heat and all this flack that I see that men on this app in particular, because I can only speak for on this app because niggas I know in real life don't talk shit about women like that. So let's just leave it there. But the way y'all carry on this app, you would think women are just the lowest of the low. But 85% of the time, a woman is taking care of those kids. She's the custodial parent.
And more than that, even when she's not the custodial parent, she's still doing the vast majority of the labor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if the man is there, she's still doing the vast majority of the labor. So that's how she ended up being a custodial parent.
But men are so quick to ask her, why didn't she stay and make her family work?
Yeah, all the time.
When niggas out here being diabolical. Just saying.
AJ, what's good with you, man?
What's up with it, Bob?
I'm chilling, broski. Well, so what would you saying in the comments?
Hell, I forgot. I think I said something like niggas who lead their families get clowned too.
By who?
Yeah. By niggas. By niggas. We laugh at niggas. Like y'all may not think we laugh at niggas. We laugh at losers.
Like why
we
would I want to be around a nigga that don't take care of his kids?
Like if you don't take care of your kids, you're a loser, and we laugh at you. 100%.
I must have missed it.
Maybe this is just me and my circle.
I mean, join some different circles. Yeah, I was gonna say join some different circles. Like if there was ever one of my homeboys who was like, man, bro, I just can't do it, bro. I can't take care of it because my baby mom, Like, I'm gonna be empathetic to, maybe your mental health ain't the best, but nigga, go take care of your kid, nigga. Like, I'm gonna tell my homeboy.
That's
go take care of your kid, bro.
Hold on, wait, let AJ go. Go ahead, AJ.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm like, go take care of your kid, bro. Like, I get it. Your baby mama ain't the easiest to deal with. We've all been with some shitty individuals before, but at the same time, that's your baby. Like, my homeboy got a wonderful daughter. She's such a sweetheart. And if he was able to tell me I can't take care of, Leah no more because XYZ is like, I get it, his baby mama's shitty, but you're still her father, so you still have to do what you have to do, bro. Like,
you think most men ostracize men who don't take care of their families?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it depends on the circle.
No, I'm not.
It
No.
probably depends
You
on the
think
circle.
most men? I'm gonna ask the question again. Do you guys think that most men negative or ostracize men who don't take care of their families?
No. Yeah, I see it at my job every day. They talk about it like it's a game. I'm just like, y'all are strange to me.
Okay.
Maybe how many
Hold on.
I was trying to say how many individuals is that who talk about it like a game though? Like that you've seen.
Most of them.
No, I'm saying I'm asking him.
All of my
I know how many. Like
no, I work in a dealership. I know dealership, bro.
I know, just ballpark number. 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll say like the usual 10 that are here after work.
And so 10 men at your job laugh about like not taking care of their kids.
I could easily see that.
Yes.
Easily.
Yes. I've worked jobs where dudes would talk about.
I would be shocked.
Jobs were like. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I would be shocked if one of them called out a man for not taking care of his family. One out of the 10, I would be shocked if there was one man in the group bold enough to be like, "Nigga, you weird as fuck," or "What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You don't like what? Like what did you do? Like what did like here's what I'm saying. Here's how I know also what y'all be capping so much, bro. Y'all mean to tell me most men be essentially, if that is the case, AJ, I want you to understand. What you're saying is that most men have these types of conversations that I be having every day on these lives. When you really boil it down to what you're saying, and you know that that's not true. They're not.
I feel like if you put a room of fathers, like if you have a room of 10 fathers, and 3 of them don't take care of them kids, the 7 are gonna look at them and be like, "Hey, bro, I know I understand your situation, but me personally, I would go get my kids. Me personally, I would suggest that you go handle your business and get your kid."
Nah.
100%. You can shake it all you want. My opinion. Say if you put
I know more married men than you. I know more men with kids than you. Like that's
great.
And majority of
but if
I don't think the majority of men take care of their kids.
But that's my thing. If you have a room of 10 fathers and 3 of them don't take care of their kids, the 7 will look and be like, "Hey, bro, I understand your baby mama did this, your baby mama did whatever, but that's your kid, and you should really like think of ways and look into ways to go get your kids because that's your kid at the end of the day." 100%.
But why? I just want to say, in every one of these hypothetical situations, you keep on like saying like, "I understand that." You're given an excuse for a reason why he wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like you keep on saying, I understand that you're a baby mama. No. Like, how about cut that out and just be like, you are being a shitty person. Like what I'm saying is that they would lean into, hey, I hear what you're telling me, but if it were me, I would go get my kid.
So AJ, why are the child abandonment rates so high if that's the case? Like if men are really holding other men, telling men that they need to be responsible and telling them to step up, right? Where is that? Why is that not actually manifesting itself and showing up?
Because just because you tell somebody something, they're not liable to listen.
They are. If every man is hold on. The same way that men will come on here and lie like you doing right now and run cover for the patriarchy and do all that shit, right? You doing that for goodie points from other men, right? Now
I don't care about goodie points from
other
men.
But you do. You clear. That's why you're doing it.
But
So
I'm telling you my opinion.
I know, but you know it's cap though. But what I'm saying is that you 100% know it's cap. But that's what I'm saying though. That you like you're the proof right now. Like you are doing this for the approval of other men. You know what I'm saying?
Which ones?
Because other men make you. Because other men give you get a higher. You get brownie points. You get cookies and shit and a higher. You get a higher social. You get a higher social status when you protect the patriarchy.
From who?
From other men.
From other men. But who in here has the higher social status that I would be looking for to get the cookie from?
Me personally, it would be me. But as a group, men, I'm not stronger than men. You know what I'm saying? Like men, I'm not stronger than men.
For me to do that, I would have to know, hey, somewhere in this group, somewhere, there is a man who could uplift me and be
no. It's not. No. It's not the one man. That's what I'm saying. It's not a man. It's men.
It's just they're collective, but even then, but collectively, they would have to say, hey man, that AJ, that's a good old dude right there. But I would have to know that there's enough men in here to do that for me.
But you do know that.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know that. In this space,
I am that seventh person. I'm that dude that's gonna be like, dude, you're supposed to be watching your kids though, because at the end of the day,
brother,
you decided to bust a nut in her. What are you talking about? So you have to do this no matter what you're talking about. Yeah, the seventh person, I'm that nigga. Look, let me tell you, ain't no excuses for none of these people that think that they could just plow up on their responsibilities when you made the decision.
I ain't gonna hold you.
They made the decision.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna even hold you.
They made the decision.
None of y'all up here talk to more men about this than me. In real life or online, right? And I ain't gonna even hold you. I don't do that shit all the time. I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And what I'm telling y'all is that I'm literally it only be me. Like it's like the only nigga that's gonna be the one to be like, yeah, you weird. It's gonna be me. So if I don't do it, ain't nobody gonna do it. Ain't no fucking, and that's in damn near every friend group I ever been in.
Person to tell another man, hey, you should go get your kid. You're not the only person.
No. Y'all missed it.
You know why I'm called cap? You know why I'm called cap? Because you niggas be the ones championing the hardest about niggas who have to pay child support and why they gotta do that and why it's so much and everybody can afford that. That's how you uphold that bullshit. So please.
When have you ever heard me have a conversation about child support?
So please save it because you and them other Power Rangers be the first ones that run up on this thing when they ask, should child support be abolished? Y'all don't be having shit to say.
If you can point out to the conversation where I gave a fuck about child support, then I would agree with you. But I haven't because that's never happened.
Listen, sir. If the shoe fit, if it ain't you, okay, it ain't you. But what I'm saying is, it be a whole bunch of y'all Power Rangers that come in this live in particular and complain about why men have to pay child support, and if they have to pay child support, if the women need the money, they need to give the kid to the man and blah blah blah, like bullshit like that. That's how y'all uphold that bullshit. Men as a whole, not you.
Okay, cool.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to understand when people say, not my circle. Okay, right. We're not talking about you and your friends. But I can guarantee you in this same here live today, somebody upheld some bullshit and told her she should have chose better even though the nigga is the one that's not taking care of his mother.
For sure. Oh, for sure. Definitely.
So that's what we going on.
Also, but even on that, I don't understand why telling someone, hey, make better choices is the worst thing to tell somebody. Even if the other individual did or is contributing to 90% of the issue, there is a portion of it where, damn, maybe I should have XYZ. There's always going to be room for that.
But AJ, this is what we try to get y'all to understand. The person who stayed and is raising the kids, that's the accountability that they took. So the man who is running off to the sunset acting like he ain't got no kids, that's who y'all need to demonize. Stop circling back to the woman talking about you should have chose better. Like, no, she made a choice based on the information she had. If she would have known that this man was going to run off and not take care of his responsibility, you think given that information, that lady would have laid down with him and had a baby?
Right. But also, I think that y'all set yourselves up for the joke because it further proves the point that y'all don't know how to vet. Because why do y'all even have this conversation more than once? Why are there 3 niggas in the group of men who do take care of their kids? Why is he at the meet? That's what I'm saying. No, why are the dudes who don't take care of their kids in the meeting with the dudes who do take care of their kids? Y'all don't recognize that y'all friends be bums. That's the part.
I'm talking about. I was talking about randomly.
Hold on, because the whole time you was talking, I was quiet, and I was fighting for my life.
Well, I just didn't.
You don't gotta clarify. You don't gotta clarify for me. You don't gotta clarify for me.
Okay. I mean, if you're gonna talk about a point that's gonna be misinterpreted, then that's fine. But you're gonna be.
She's asking you to just shut up and let her finish.
You don't know if I misinterpreted it because you didn't let me finish. I didn't get to the end of the sentence.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that y'all can't ever recognize that y'all be having these bums in y'all circle and y'all have to have these conversations with these men because y'all are like them. Like, that's what that is. Y'all are a bunch of Spider-Mans in the alley pointing at each other going, I don't know who did it, but you done it. Like, that's what that is. I've never had to have a conversation with any woman anywhere about whether or not she take care of her kids or whether or not she's a bum towards her kids. Because when women get around me and they see what kind of mother I am and what it is I do, they don't want to be around me if they it's not a fun time. Men can quite easily segue themselves into circles of men who one man take care of their kid, one don't. The other one, the other one is maybe in his kid's life, maybe he's not, because of the fact that one of them go upside her head, one of them don't pay, one of them one day he want to marry her, the next day he complaining because of the fact that y'all just collect men like troll dolls, and y'all don't actually vet who y'all friends are. So you're in these circles with these men because you don't know either if they're bums. So how do you expect for a woman to know?
They do vet though,
and they end up saying things like, I don't know about my friend, and I don't care how bad of a person he is. We just cool because we can talk or because we played a video game. Dudes be friends with whole murderers, whole child molesters,
unalivers. Hold on. Be careful.
And then they'll be like, well, I don't care about who he is or what type of person he is. Me and this person just played a video game together. Those type of dudes, the ones that be in denial about this situation, about the people who they deal with. Because me, I cut my homeboy off. I cut my family off. What Kendra say? I cut my granny off. If you're doing something that's not legit. So yeah, those people who make up those type of excuses and be like, yeah, my friends, or I don't care about what they do in their pastime or what they do behind the scenes, as long as they good at work. Those are the men that you need to worry about. Because how are you going to sit up here and play denial to something that could be so serious? Especially if you know you got a CM, a child molo, as a person, as a friend, but you're going to sit up here and look straightforward and dumb with blindness and be like, well, I don't care about what he do behind the scenes. He's a great person to me.
Most men don't care what other men do behind the scenes, though. That's my point. And I'm tired of hold on, brother. Hold on. And I don't like the fact. I don't like when men try to act like we actually do be taking men to task for shit like that, because we don't. Because if men did, society would be fucking better. I'll be out of a job, and thankfully so. I'll do something else. Like, I'll talk about fucking sports or some shit. I don't care. Like I can't wait for men to start doing the thing that AJ talking about. Like, oh yeah, we be up here holding men accountable. Jesus, please. Promise. Come on, brother. I'm tired of men. I'm tired of men saying that they do the thing that we all know men don't actually do. I know men not doing that shit. Like if men did that, society would look different. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. If most men,
because niggas aren't liable to listen.
But AJ, they would listen. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
The assumption that they will
Jesus, stop.
AJ, you're not. It's because they're too comfortable. Let me ask you a question. If it was just me and you in a room and we were hanging out talking as friends and we got along on a lot of stuff, but suddenly I made it super uncomfortable for you, would you still stay in the room with me?
No.
Like
you telling me that men be holding men accountable for shit? Jesus. Come on.
I'm just saying it's too comfortable. Like it's because you're having the wrong conversations. We're talking about the Lakers. We're talking about sports. Like anyone can just focus on that as a man. It's easy to, take one thing at a time and not think about like everything, but then what if it comes up like, oh, how are your kids doing? He's like, oh, I haven't seen them in 3 weeks. The conversation should be like, what the fuck? Like you're
exactly 100%.
That's why this isn't happening, because that's not how that conversation goes.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they be masking for y'all.
Hold on.
They be masking for y'all just like they be masking in front of us. That's why y'all don't do any better job vetting them. If you say, oh, how's your kid doing, to a man that ain't seen no kids in 3 months, they're gonna say, oh, he
doing good, man.
He growing so fast. He getting so big. Yeah, I just seen him the other day, and he'll have a whole story.
Hey.
And he talking about the last time he seen him, which was 3 months ago.
Hey.
You don't know that. You got to keep digging and be an investigator to really find that out. But in casual conversation, who's really doing all of that?
Yeah, showing you a picture of his kid that he screenshot from his baby mama.
Literally.
A picture of a picture is crazy. But Shan, to your point, that shit happened to me this weekend, right? Or it not even just this weekend. It happens like all the time. Like it happens consistently. Like people will ask me, but it won't be about my kids because I know everything about my kids. But it'll be like about my family, like like my mom or my brother. You know what I'm saying? You'll run into somebody and they'll be like, "How your brother doing?" Right? And I'm like, and I'll tell them like, "Oh, he's doing good." And it would give off the impression that I just talked to this motherfucker. Yeah. I ain't talked to this nigga in 3 weeks. I don't know. I don't know how that man doing. Like, to be honest with you, like
they're not gonna be like, oh, well, when's the last time you talked?
And they don't ask no follow-up questions.
What did y'all do together?
They don't ask no follow-up questions about it. And furthermore, if and when, because I often do, because maybe this is my whatever the fuck going on with me, I'm the type of nigga that actually don't lie in these instances often. And I'll be like, I ain't talked to that nigga in 2 weeks. Literally that shit like, guess what? They don't be like, nigga, you ain't talked to your brother in 2 weeks. That's nobody bats now. They go, so he just out here living, huh? And they just move on to the next. They just move on to the next.
Like, same with kids. It's no different. Like y'all really don't be knowing a lot of the times. One, because I know everybody gonna be shocked to hear this, but people are used to seeing men without their kids. Mm-hmm. It doesn't shock anybody. So nobody like me, I can't go no goddamn where. Nowhere. Where? Please. I can't be in the club.
And women don't have to. Women really don't.
Goddamn, he over here getting a drink for us. Damn.
And Shannon's absolutely correct about that. Because women don't ever have to. Like women don't ever have to explain where their kids are. When anytime I talk to any woman that's a friend of mine, I already know where their kids are. I know what size shoe they wear. I know what size clothes they wear. I know what shows they watch. I know what food they can and cannot eat. Because 9 times out of 10, anytime we around each other, some kids are involved some kind of way. Either, girl, hold on, I got to drop these kids off to my sister, or I'm on my way. Do you have such and such because I didn't have a chance to stop at the store, so they need a snack? Are you on your way with the baby? Blah, blah, blah. Like women are constantly with kids. Even my nephew has been around my friends. When I went to my homegirl house a week ago to help with her baby's birthday party, my nephew was with us and she knew him by name. She was like, oh, come on, Marty. Girl, do he still watch Bluey? Do he still want fruit snacks? For my nephew. I'm not related to this girl, but I'm around kids that much that you don't even have to ever ask those questions. The reason why y'all double checking and asking your friends about kids, because they ain't around. They ain't around their kids right now. That's how we know y'all not checking them about them kids. Because when the last time you seen them? Yeah. You seen him more times than you seen them kids. And if you know that them kids is all of age, and truthfully, there is no age. By the time they pop out the wazoo, you should have seen your friend's kids if you around your friend. And if you seen your friend more time than you seen them kids, he already was doing wrong, and you didn't want to say anything.
That shit recently, right now, I told my wife I gotta go visit my nephew. Live in the middle. He live in Nebraska. And he got, they about to have a baby and shit. And I told him I was gonna visit him or whatever when he has a baby because I don't want to, I'm like, they ain't gonna travel for a long time. You know what I'm saying? They have a small child, but I gotta go visit the baby. And I was like, I told my wife, I was like, after all the plane crash and shit, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna want to fly, man. I might end up driving. Which I'm already like getting sick thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna end up driving out there because I was like, didn't want to fucking drive. But long story short, my wife was like, oh, don't worry about it. You could just wait until they come. I was like, absolutely the fuck not. I'm not about to wait fucking for 2 years to go see my fucking, you know what I'm saying, my nephew's baby. Like, no, I'm gonna go, I gotta pull up on them niggas. Like, I don't care. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go see him. I gotta go smell him and hold him and shit like that. That's how it was gonna be. Like, people don't, especially men don't make it a priority to be around kids, and also men don't talk about their kids. To BPG's point, we don't talk about our kids enough with each other. That's why when AJ says that men are like clocking men on this shit, I'm like, what? Niggas don't even be talking about their babies. How would you know that nigga wasn't taking care of his kid? You think he gonna tell you?
But that's what I'm saying. You're giving a caveat of these niggas be lying to us. That's not our fault that these niggas be lying. If you have a nigga who straight up told you,
wait a minute,
hey,
what?
They ran right into it. I love it. Go ahead, AJ. We listen. Go ahead.
Because niggas be lying. I'm not finna defend that like niggas don't be lying. Niggas be lying. But if you have a group and they're all honest, and one of them says, hey, yo, I ain't seen my kid in 3 weeks, the other niggas is gonna look at him like, damn,
think about that.
3 weeks?
Hold on, think about that, AJ. Think about that. Hold on. Think about that, AJ. You in a group full of quote unquote honest niggas, but one of them ain't seen his kid in 3 weeks. What is the likelihood? What is the likelihood you got a group full of honest niggas and one of them ain't seen their kid in 3 weeks?
But what I'm saying is,
like that's what.
If you have an honest conversation,
is it Jesus?
Is it what?
This is you. Is it me, Jesus?
I said it.
You could have saw the red flags, AJ, that man was lying. I feel like you could have vetted him better, and you could have saw the red flags ahead of time. I feel like y'all be ignoring red flags because you said it's not your fault that niggas be lying, but it is your fault because shouldn't you have seen the red flags that he could possibly be a liar?
100%.
How you ain't know he a liar?
I'm being so full of shit.
Lying.
No, I'm dead. Why do y'all just assume
that you know niggas be lying?
Niggas don't have to lie to y'all all the time.
I ain't got to, but y'all choose to. You ain't, hey. Hold on, AJ, you right. Y'all ain't got to, but y'all choose to. You right.
Friends with a man that you could have vetted better, that's a bum. So if you didn't have to wait until 3 weeks. I'm sure the baby ain't new. That's not a fresh baby. So why, if the baby not 3 or 4 weeks old, why did you have to wait until that man had not seen his child for 3 weeks in order to know that this man had not seen his child for 3 weeks?
If I ask a grown ass man, hey bro, how your baby doing? And he go, man, he doing great, bro. Motherfucker just took his first couple of steps. Here's a video of it. Cool. What else is there for me to dig into?
Yeah.
What else is I going to ask?
Do you ever see that man with his baby? That's what BBG is saying.
If he pulls out a video of him walking with his
hold
baby,
on, that ain't what I see.
Baby.
That ain't what. See, you going? You circling? Hold on. You circling
video,
back. You're circling back. If you don't see that man with his child, what do you really believe what he's telling you? You never see that man. This is a friend of yours, by the way, because this is how we got on the subject. This is your homie. You ain't never seen your homie with his, or you hardly ever, or never seen him physically with his child. You don't think that that's suspicious? Like, let's be for real, bro.
If it's my friend, if it's my homeboy, yeah.
This ain't never, AJ. I'm gonna give you. What I'm saying is, I don't think this has ever happened to you. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not even saying that you wouldn't say anything at this point. I'm not gonna even argue with you about that, right? Maybe you would say something. I'm saying because initially you said you have and you do. You don't because you ain't never experienced it. You ain't never been in a group with a nigga that you knew wasn't taking care of his kids for you to even clock him on that shit.
But there have been spaces on here on TikTok where I'm like, hey, bro, like, I understand you saying all this about your baby mama, but that's your kid at the end of the day. There have been multiple lives where I've been like, where been a man that been like, man, my baby mama, da 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 da. That's why I don't be like, no, nigga, go hang out with your fucking, like, go get your kid, nigga. Like, I get you saying this about your. There have been multiple lives where I've done that.
Aaron,
my friends,
wasting the class's time right now.
Club looking like.
Wasting the class.
I don't even know how the fuck we got there. But you talking about some online shit.
Aaron Devontae Jones.
Because it have to just be in real life.
It definitely has to be in real life, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It does.
This nigga get Anthony. He don't get Aaron. Hey, he get
Aaron. No, definitely Anthony. Definitely Anthony.
Anthony
sure.
Jones.
Yeah.
No, Anthony James.
Anthony James. Yeah. Anthony James.
Always the ones with
Anthony James.
That's a hooper. That was an old hooper.
If I'm honest with you, I have a very, very low standard for what I consider a red flag. And niggas with normal names, I'm not gonna lie, y'all be at the top of the list. And I only know that because I have cousins who have absolutely been so insanely, and I love them, they my cousins, but they so problematic. I promise you, all the niggas that I have in my family is problematic. Name Thomas.
Oh. All my family got all my daddy family. We got all white people names, not me, but them. Yeah, all my like cousins and shit. They all got white people names. Diabolical. Yeah. Edgar, nigga named Edgar.
I got an amp in my
Gregory,
family.
Edgar, Kent, Byron. Them niggas. I'll be like, y'all niggas.
Name.
Who?
Damn, I thought
Edgar was a Mexican name.
Regular name.
Edgar, no, that's an old black name. Edgar's an old black name. Maybe they took it, but yeah.
They be named Edgar for real. And you know the ones that be having their head on straight is the Montreviouses. I'm not even lying.
I know a good Ladarius. I know some Ladarius.
I know a nigga named Hey, I know a nigga named LaQuavius.
That sounds familiar, actually.
Real name, nigga named LaQuavius. Hey, that's one of the codes.
Too, ain't
he?
He's solid.
He's solid. His wife ain't, and his wife got it. And his wife got a kind of regular name, but he a solid nigga. His wife ain't.
I have a theory.
That's kind of wild.
LaQuavius.
Nigga named LaQuavius. Nigga named LaQuavius. I swear to God, nigga named LaQuavius.
Oh, I could be all y'all. I used to knew a girl named Antifa.
Oh.
Antifa Quanda.
Yep.
I know Frederica. There was a girl in my third grade.
I know a couple girls named Frederica. I know, like, I think I might know two. I think I know.
Frederica ain't even that crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I know at least two women named Frederica.
There was a dude in class. He was like, hey, your daddy named Fred, wasn't it? And the whole class bust out laughing. Like, yeah, my dad's name was Fred.
But we're not gonna scoop past AJ.
What's
when
up?
we started this live, you said you knew all these people who would call somebody out if they would take care of their kids in real life.
What?
You, your whole circle, whatever. We went from that to now you saying you do it online. Which one is it?
Because it can be both. You can have
but
people.
Both, AJ.
No, you said
you can have real people in real life that you know. If there was a situation and there was a group of y'all and one of them niggas said, hey, I don't take care of my kid, we gonna look at that nigga crazy. There can also be situations.
If a nigga, hold on, wait. If a man, AJ, you're right. I will give you this. If a man comes right flat out and says, I don't take care of my kids as if it's a badge of honor, I do believe that you guys would have a reaction. I do. I can see that. But if through conversations, right? Because it ain't no man gonna say that. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Through conversations and observations, you also will observe that a man don't take care of his kids, and you won't say shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you would say a goddamn thing. You ain't gonna say nothing unless that man come out and say, I don't take care of my kids, which gives you no other choice but to be like, for real? That's crazy, right? But if you, like I said, if you don't, or like BBG was saying, if you don't never see this nigga with his babies, look, man, any man to show you a picture about he just walking last week and then, hey, what do he like to eat? What's his favorite food?
Yeah.
Just start asking the nigga. See, but you're not a dad. You're not a parent though, too. Some of them questions you kind of do, for a man, I think you kind of got to be a parent too.
All you gotta do is just ask that man what he buy his kids. If he say, "Oh yeah, I keep my kids in J's," though, he ain't taking care of his goddamn kids. He just buying shoes. Oh, my kids
trying to win their hearts. Trying to win their hearts.
How close of a friend
Hey, I want to get your baby some flip. I want to get your baby some flip flops from Target. What size he wear?
I'm taking care of my kids starting hard. Like y'all do for my kids, bring in.
Hey, I got some.
Have y'all
It's like you know that they don't take care of the kids.
Go ahead, Shane.
Have y'all been to these friends' houses? Cause y'all so close. Y'all been to their house? Y'all seen anything for the babies? Did the babies got a room, a bed? You see any snacks for the babies? Like there's just so many obvious.
You go in their room. Hey, you go over a nigga house that got kids and he don't got no kid snacks in there. I'm leaving.
That's what I'm saying.
If he got an air mattress on the floor, where the baby sleeping?
I'm leaving.
The babies don't even have a room.
I'm leaving. If I go to your house and you got kids and I'll open up your refrigerator or a couple of your cupboards, nigga, and I don't see no wham whams and zoom zooms, I'm leaving. Cause what?
They might be poor. They might be poor.
The poorest people got snacks, nigga.
They ain't got it.
Nah, bro.
Them stamps ain't no.
Hold on, Hannah. Hey, hold on. Wait. Shout out to what was her name? LaTanya, the LaTanya Williams, the woman that had the 2 kids unalive.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What did she say? Them babies was sleeping in a van. She said them babies didn't want for nothing. They had snacks. They had all the food they wanted. In a van, nigga. If you a man in a house, and you can't afford snacks for your babies, get the babies to their mamas. Like the men say, get the babies to their mamas. You can't afford snacks, get the babies to their mamas.
That's the whole point that we talking about. Like, it's not because he can't afford it or because he's poor. It's because he don't have them kids.
That shit crazy.
I was about to say, even if he's poor, your friend's still a bum because if they babies is small, he can get WIC.
Yeah, he can get help. Yeah, he can get help too.
Why couldn't he still have food in there or snacks in there? Because if they're poor, they still have baby snacks.
Yep. I don't be understanding.
I literally blocked a dude the other day because he was talking about the layout of his house, and I found out about his home gym and everything else, and he had 2 kids. I ain't hear shit about their room.
Suspect.
You got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. You talking about your home gym?
Meanwhile, Deontay talking about women cutting men off because they make them walk on the other side of the street, or on the other side of the sidewalk. Like, no, sir. We cut you off because you told me you had 2 kids and we done been talking for 2 weeks and I ain't heard them kids in the background.
I ain't heard shit about them kids.
Ain't heard nothing.
That conversation was the first time I found out you even got them.
5 days.
Look at Jackson proving the point. If you had a friend that got kids and your friend is constantly around their kids, you can't help but to know about those kids. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts about them. You know about your friend's kids. You know what they do and don't like because of the fact that if you're friends enough with them and they're around their kids, then for sure you know about those kids. Y'all don't even be concerned about them kids.
Like I can tell you all Jackson's favorite things right now.
Y'all know that nigga be like.
I know from this morning, nor was that last night, that K baby smelled like honey.
Right, exactly.
Like in real life, it's not hard. If your friends is constantly around their kids, especially people who are around their kids a lot, honestly can't help but to talk about their kids. Truthfully, you honestly they just come up in conversation all the time. You don't have to ask when the last time you seen their kids.
Don't have to ask.
They immediately gonna come up because even right now, my husband has a rehearsal, but I guarantee you he gonna be like, oh man, I gotta go home because my son was supposed to do this project and he didn't finish this project, and now we gotta do it's going to come up in conversation because you're constantly around your kids. Y'all don't know that the red flag really is that by the time you gotta ask about the kids, it's already too late.
Well, yo, you been kicking it with your baby. How long you been with your babies? Last time you seen your baby?
I ain't heard about the kids in a while. What's up with them?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know what that's like, to be honest with you.
Pump don't never have his kids. Y'all know that's a lie, right? Because the kids are popping up in lies. But y'all be quick to come on here and call this man all kinds of lies and he have his kids.
These niggas be, hey man, my babies be with me all day, every day. We hang out all the time. We movie nights, every day. I take these niggas out. They my friends, you know what I'm saying? They my buddies. You know what I mean? But that's my circle. You know what? Because that's my circle. My circle is my kids and my wife. So maybe that's when people be talking about like, oh, my circle my circle is my kids and my wife, and then I got some sub circles, some other people around. But my main circle, that's my kids and my wife. And Timmy said the majority of men abandon. Men don't care. That's lies. Aquarius said most men hear his side of the story and bash the baby mama too. That's fact. Teresa said if you put 10 men in a room, 10 of them will lie. Not 10 for 10. Aquarius said men rarely buy gifts or give money at baby showers. Is that true? What you coming to the baby shower for if you ain't buying a gift? Matter of fact,
you can bring that little outfit. You can bring about 2 outfits. They not that expensive. You can bring them little 2 outfits and
I go on the registry. Matter.
Being at my baby shower was my daddy, my brothers, and the daddy of the baby. That's it.
Matter of fact, I would gladly give you money to not have to go to your baby shower. How much?
I ain't missing out on the.
How much it costs? How much it costs to make one of these nigga white pies, nigga pies? Because I give you 100.
That's exactly why I don't invite y'all.
I'll give you 100 to not go. Like what?
No. I ain't missing out on no baby shower.
I'm just letting you. I'm putting it out there.
I ain't missing out on no baby shower food. I ain't gonna lie. I love a good baby shower meal.
I'll easily. I'll pass. Y'all got it. I'll pass on a lot of events. I don't need to go, but I'll be going. I'm still gonna go, but I mean, I don't need to go.
But the saddest part about that is that's because men, the way that men build relationships is around like common interests as opposed to like actual bonding. Like me, when I have friends, I keep my circle very small. I don't consider everybody my friend. But my friends are like my friends. So if you call me at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, if you plan a birthday party, if you got a baby shower, I don't like going to events. I'm not a social person, but I will go because I know that this means something to my friend. Men don't even have that level of support for each other, truthfully. So honestly, it makes sense if men would go ahead and be honest that y'all can't properly vet because y'all don't know how to build genuine friendships. Because once that man told you that he's having a baby, what's the next step? When my friends have babies, I start from that point. When they tell me that they're pregnant, I had one friend, I had a little note that I wrote the day that she told me, the day that she told me she lost her first baby. So when she had her rainbow baby, I had a note that was in my phone that I left in there for when she got pregnant and had her next baby. And when she got pregnant and had her next baby, I sent her that note with the time step on it from the time that she had miscarried. Women consider their friends all the time. From the moment that they're pregnant, I'm thinking about, okay, what we gonna do about the shower? Okay, she gonna be at home with the baby for 6 weeks. What does she want me to do? Am I coming over to do laundry? What do you need most? I'm asking, do y'all want food or do y'all want help? Okay, you want help? Fine. I'm coming over to wash clothes, blah, 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 and then I'll go. Women are constantly considering each other, whereas when a man has a baby, you may happen to see that baby in passing, but you're not actually planning like any type of connection with that man to help him in fatherhood or to help them transition from not being a father to being a father.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely sent a miscarriage care package to my friend. It was my first one ever, but I just made it a point to remember. And I'm like, I sent it and I had it shipped to her house and she didn't know it was coming. And she said she got home and she just burst into tears. She's like, because nobody else knew but you. And I was like, but I didn't want you to think I would forget about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that kind of stuff, like, again, when it means something to your friends, like my friends show up for me. So this whole idea when men say stuff like women always falling out with their friends and y'all man, cause they didn't come to the birthday dinner. Because you know what? I've been friends with this girl for 15 years and every time she don't come to my birthday dinner, but she go to other people's birthday dinner, I done peeped that for 15 years. I don't let it slide for 15 years. And then finally, I'm like, you know what? It's a wrap. Because, you know, the friendship isn't being reciprocated. So I don't understand why men don't understand that could be a thing. Where we have given grace and we have looked past stuff. Now, that ain't never happened to me because my friends show up for me. But I'm just saying,
Y'all don't never know what people be going through.
Luckily, y'all women, y'all like to fall out after the Miami trip. Don't forget that.
It's all about
That's so stupid, bro.
I see the group of chicks stay friends after that legendary trip.
Miami trail.
Tell me I'm lying.
You lying, but it's funny. Like, it's a funny lie, so
Y'all are so miserable. Like, y'all be hating on women having fun and going on girls trips. Like, this
I don't be hating. I'm just curious why y'all always come back.
Y'all are such haters. Go
Can I make
have
a
a boy
quick
trip.
statement?
Go
Wait,
pick a city that men go to and fall out in. Maybe if y'all had a city that y'all would
Men be
go
going to Vegas
then y'all would have
and
one.
bare knuckle.
We go to Vegas.
Men go to Vegas and bare knuckle brawl in the room. Nigga, shut up.
Can I?
Go ahead. Go ahead, E-Love.
You sound salty.
Go ahead, E-Love. Go ahead.
I think the key to this, the root of this conversation is how men were raised. Women are emotional, men are physical. So we was taught to be tough, rough. And if you see a young man being raised and he start crying or showing emotion, he was always taught that was a sign of weakness. So then as he get older, he doesn't know how to express that. So he see women, hang with each other and have a good time and do nice things. But he was always taught that's soft. He's a punk or he can't express that. And that's the sad part about us being raised as men. Because women express your emotions, but we were taught to go express ours physically, fight the man or play basketball, something physical. So then he didn't know how to express that emotional side. If he brings it up, he's always considered soft. Still to the day, that's how most men are raised.
Okay.
And it's the sad truth about why we die early with heart attack and stress and emotions because we can't express our feelings. And that's sad.
But what does that have to do with what part are you responding to? I'm confused. Are you responding to the prompt?
When I hear, when they were saying earlier about how men does not do the reasons why men do most things they do opposite than women, because if a man shows any physical or emotional part of that, he's always seen as weak and shunned. So when you see a woman do things, he's like, oh, they hang, they do shit, they hang out, and they express their emotions. But we as men,
who shuns men? Who shuns men for showing their emotion?
I only can speak my beloved from where I'm from, the hood and the poverty I was raised in, the neighborhood I'm from. That most black men in the ghetto, we was taught not to express our feelings.
Hold on, brother. You didn't answer my question. I'm asking you, who, when a man expresses himself, expresses his feelings, who shames him for that? Generally speaking, most of the time.
Everybody in the ghetto where I'm from, in the hood, Cincinnati. I'm giving you an answer. My uncles, I'm giving you an answer specifically. My father was in there, so my older brothers, my uncles, my cousins, and the community I'm from, they always told me you're soft, you're a punk, because you can't express that way. You got to be tough, you got to be bold, you got to be direct. I was always taught that me specifically.
So the other men in your community shame you for that. So it's not society shames men. Women don't shame us most of the time for doing that.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. I agree with you. I agree with you. They tell us we should express that way. I agree.
Yeah. So it's not so much that society is doing that to men, is that men are doing that to other men. Men are restricting you from not feeling the way that you want to feel or expressing yourself or whatever the case may be. And they put it's a penalty to be, to be sensitive, right? In the cult of man, in the group, in your friend group, you can't cry. They're gonna kick you out. They're not gonna invite you. Then if you always come over, if you are the guy that I don't know if you ever saw American Gangster, right?
Yes, sir.
You saw American Gangster. Remember when Russell Crowe's character and his partner, they took the money and they gave it back to the precinct? And remember how all the guys in the precinct and all the police officers was like, oh, that made them like the guy said it made us a pariah, right, for doing that.
Yeah, yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
That's how
kindness, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how men act. Like men, if you go against the grain of men, you know what I'm saying? Like if you are a decent person and men catch you being a decent person, especially the women.
I agree.
If men catch you being a decent person, you are polite. They're gonna call you a simp. They not gonna want to kick it with you. If you are a faithful man and you go kick it around a bunch of cheating ass niggas, they gonna either try to make you cheat or stop inviting you around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
If you a decent father and you showing up for your men, for your babies, and you go kick it around your homies that don't be showing up for their kids, they either gonna try to clown you for being, oh, here you go, daddy daycare, here go daddy daycare, whatever, or they gonna stop inviting you around.
I totally agree with you. Yeah.
You don't got to be around them type of niggas anyway. If you.
But that's most men. That's the point, Wade.
I think it's easier said than done. You're right. I agree totally.
It's most men.
It's how we raised.
Yeah, I want men. I wish it was that easy. I wish I could just like. I be saying stuff about men. Sometimes people be like, "And you still friends with them?" Especially women. They'll say that shit to me all the time. You still friends with them? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still friends with them because what the fuck? What's my choice? Like seriously, like I would like literally if I the bar for my friendships with men is just extremely low.
Oh yeah.
It's just low. Like I have like very low expectations, you know what I'm saying, of my friends, but I also put in very little effort, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Like on the flip side, because I'm like, these niggas ain't really, you know, they're not really real people. So I don't you know what I mean? I don't know how to put it. Like they like my male friends or males in general, men in general, they're not really human beings to me, not fully human beings. I respect them and I treat them.
Men aren't human beings.
They don't act like human beings. It's not that I don't view them as human beings. I treat them as human beings. I treat them with respect. You know what I'm saying? I don't dehumanize them. They dehumanize everybody else, and so they end up dehumanizing themselves. And so it's hard to be friends with people that aren't really human when you're a human being or you're trying to be one. You know what I'm saying? You're actually trying to participate in being a human being. It's crazy. It's hard. It's hard to be friends with them motherfuckers. That's a hard thing to be around 4 or 5 or 6 dudes that think that fucking laughing at you know, misogynistic whatever videos and shit is funny. Or
how old are you again?
43. And sitting up.
I hope by 43 they get out of that shit.
No,
See,
they
that's
don't.
acceptable for me because I'm like,
they don't.
I'm 29.
Yeah, they don't.
So I got one more year till I'm washing old and I'm 30. So
yeah, the men don't. The 50.
You're still acting like this at 29. So why do you think men grow out of anything by 43? You close enough to it.
Nah, men should go out of it by 40.
You ain't grew out of nothing and you 30, so
yeah, I got a couple more years. No, I'm not 30 yet. When I'm 30, I'm gonna be like public wash and old and a good guy. But let me have my last year of fun.
First of all,
I agree. The standards definitely be different for y'all's male friends. Because meanwhile, let me be 5 minutes late for something, and he be like, like. Please.
I'll be judging you. Y'all, I got different standards for my women friends. I got different standards. Because I like y'all. Because I actually like y'all, but I don't like these niggas. So don't take it so personal. I don't like these niggas like that. I ain't gonna even hold you. We cool. I'm cool with them. I try to be friend. Hey, I be trying to have male friends to keep up appearances. That I ain't gonna even hold you. Like on some real shit. I be trying to have male friends just to keep up appearances. But like in all honesty, I be talking to my wife about that shit all the time. Like I genuinely don't give a fuck. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm so like disillusioned with the whole idea of like kicking it with a bunch of dudes. Like the shit is lame. Them niggas don't be doing nothing fun. You can't really talk to them about nothing. They don't really, you know what I mean? Like they don't really be talking about nothing serious for real.
Facts.
Shit be boring. Like so, and I'm not single. So it ain't like I need to kick it around men. So, oh man, we need to go to the club and we need, like, I'm good. I got friends. I got my...
So you shouldn't be around a bunch of men anyway. You should be around your wife and kids.
No, true. So. Yeah, true. Married men still be having friends though. But and that's why I'm trying to foster more healthy relationships with men who align more with me. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to like foster.
So I don't watch sports.
No, I watch sports from every now and again. I watch sports. But if every single time we link up, all you want to do is talk about sports, or every single time we hang out, all you want to do is watch a game or get drunk or something like that, then yeah, because I don't drink.
What if you had the same friends since 7th grade?
Yeah,
I do. I got some of my friends I've had since I can remember.
I don't think I ever had made new friends, even as an adult, because I don't like new motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And that's probably why. And it's cool though.
You got autism.
Call it what you want. You know, man. It's true. I don't like new people. I would
you rigid.
I call them associates because the guys that I'm with right now are family. You know what I'm saying? We've been thugging since 7th grade, middle school, everybody in their 30s and stuff. So, and it's like we still keep in contact, even though everybody got relationships and, you know, got kids and stuff. We all still make time to hang out. We all still make time to take trips together. You get what I'm saying? And so I believe that is way more precious than going out finding a group of niggas that, oh yeah, you cool, you like what I like, you like what I like, oh yeah, we can be cool together.
Yeah.
That shit is weird.
So you think,
know what I'm saying?
hold on. See, 30 round up here right now, 30 round. I ain't gonna even say, all right, no, you niggas gonna lie.
No, say what you say, guy.
I was going, all right. So
you better say some shit.
When you was going through it with your baby mama, what was your friend saying?
Oh, I had one friend that was saying, hey, bro, you might well go ahead and work it out, bro. Then I had one friend saying, bro, do your thing, bro. Like, fuck that shit. So I was kind of like angel on the left, demon on the right.
And you listen to the demon. Because you a demon, nigga.
Nah, I ain't listen to the demon. I listen to myself. I listen to my mama. I listen to my family. If you can't get along with my mama or my family, my sisters, and they want to beat your ass.
You said you listen to the demon.
I did not stutter, nigga. Why you trying?
Nah, but I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Recently, he just cussed my mama out because I brought my girlfriend.
What your mama do to that woman?
Right. Nothing. That's
what your mama do to that lady?
Let me finish talking, guys.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
She did nothing to her. She has no good relationship with her own mother. And so she's jealous of the fact that I have a great relationship with my mom. So she feel like my mom should be cussing me out and telling her, oh, why you have her around my daughter and all that? She called my mama, cussed her ass out. My mama blocked her weak ass. And then now she needed my mama again. You get what I'm saying? Now she needed my mama. They go to Zumba classes together and all that shit. She like, your mama don't come to Zumba no more. Your mama don't do this. No. And I told her, bro, I'm not gonna forgive you until you. I told her I'm not talking to you until you apologize to my mama, because I don't call your mama and disrespect her.
Her mama don't do nothing.
Mama don't even. Yes, the fuck she do. She do weird shit like don't get her granddaughter. She don't even want to watch her own damn granddaughter. So that's weird.
Man.
All right.
She's a grandmother.
That's first thing first.
Wait, I thought you just say your mama them be watching the kids.
No. Her mama, not his mama. His mama be watching.
Oh, the baby mama.
Yeah, the baby mama.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just bounce on that ass.
That's weird.
Thinking, but it's crazy thinking that's that woman's job to watch her grandkids.
No, it's not. It's not. But I'm gonna tell you something. Now I'm finna let you in my business. Now I'm finna get.
Oh, you already done told her.
She had another. Hold on. Let me finish. She had another child before me. Right? I came in on some stepdaddy shit. Yeah. Okay. I came in on some stepdaddy shit.
Your baby mama.
So guess what? Yeah. Facts. So guess what?
It all makes sense now.
Hold up. She's watching him. She's watching him. She'll pull up, get him, and do all that shit. But you want to go get your granddaughter? That's weird as fuck.
Because she like the relationship with that. So it's you. You the common denominator.
Right. Call it what you want. But what I got to do with a child?
The relationship between the child's, like my nigga, you the common denominator. So your baby mama is cool with the other nigga and that baby and they family, and she go pick them up all the time. Now, so you know, so it ain't, hold on. So you know that it ain't got nothing to do with the baby. She love her baby. She love her grandbabies. She don't like you. And your baby mama fight with your mama. You the connection here, my nigga. That's what I've been saying. You been like, you trying to act like the more shit you tell us, the more it's obvious that you are, and you be in my life trying to triangulate that lady against us. And trying to triangulate us against that lady.
Let me explain something to you, public.
All right, go ahead. We listen. Go ahead.
This last Christmas, bro. Not only did I buy her something, I bought her son something. All right, I didn't have to do that shit. I bought that man a whole basketball goal.
Wait, wait. What'd you say? Wait, hold on. I missed what you said. You said you bought.
Not only did I buy her something, I bought her son something.
As you should.
Because his dad ain't shit. Right?
As you should buy him something.
His dad ain't buy him nothing.
Was you in that baby life?
A long time ago, yeah.
How long was you in that baby life for?
Oh, years ago. 5-6 years ago.
No. How long was you in that baby life?
I just said damn near 5-6 years ago.
No, that's how long ago you were in his life.
The duration of the time you were with their mom.
Yeah, how long were you with her?
Oh shit.
5 years, 6 years?
Yeah, about 5-6 years. That's what I said. Yeah,
okay.
6 years ago. Bro.
Okay.
So
you was in that baby life 5 or 6 years, but you've been in that baby life total now like 8 or 9 years, right?
I'm not in his life no more because we don't go together. That's first thing first.
You are in his life. Wait, you are in his life still. What are you talking about? Bro, wow, wait. So you was in that baby. Hold on, 30 round. Hold on, 30 round. You was in that baby life for 5 or 6 years, and then you just stopped being in their life? Y'all niggas is you niggas is hey man, you niggas is demons, bro. You niggas is really sad, bro. That's crazy. I'm
gonna tell you something.
I could never. 5 or 6 years with a small you was in a small child's life.
That little man is in middle school now, gang.
So they was in elementary before you was with him in elementary.
Listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all can sit up and y'all can sit up and act like y'all shit don't stink, but it do. And at the end of the day,
not that bad.
Your shit stink.
Not that bad.
Hold up.
It got a little smell to it. It don't stink like that, nigga.
Y'all just gonna overtalk.
30 round. Can I ask you a question, bro?
Can I talk, bro?
Well, you've been talking, bro. You've been monologuing like 10
y'all
minutes.
just want to be.
I've been muted forever.
Go ahead, man.
I don't understand. How is it that you can be a part of a child's life? I know y'all live together. You and
hell yeah, they did.
Lived in the same house. You was in this child's life, and then you can just walk away. You don't pick them up, see if you want to go play basketball. You don't take them to get no shoes. You don't do.
Nigga, that's what I just did. I just told you, Robbie.
No, you just said you don't be in that child. See, now you contradicting yourself.
I think Christmas, bro. Christmas.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that because we about to talk again. Because you are playing with that. Not only are you playing with that lady emotion, that young girl emotion that you're dating, your baby mama emotions.
I'm playing with emotions.
You swear that lady was crazy. She wasn't crazy for 5 or 6 years, and then you just said that you were in the baby's life for 5 or 6 years, and then he became an adult in middle school, and then you weren't in his life, but you came back to buy him something for Christmas. So you're playing with the child's emotions. So you abandoned him.
My bad.
You were his stepdad for 5 or 6 years, and then you abandoned him. And then, as a means to triangulate the mom, you bought her and the baby some gifts for Christmas real quick to lead him to believe that you were back around.
That's crazy.
What the fuck do y'all be listening to? How do we just?
We be listening. We be listening, nigga. We know. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
That nigga a basketball goal because he fuck with the little nigga. And you're like, damn.
He don't fuck with the little nigga. He just said he don't, nigga.
He said he got him the basketball goal because his dad wasn't shit. So yeah, nigga, get a basketball goal.
Hold on. Wait.
That's how I know you lying.
This shit crazy, bro. Hold on. This is what I'm saying, AJ. This is one of them times where you supposed to call this nigga out and you're not doing it. You making excuses for this nigga. So I know you don't be doing it in real life. My God. He been in that baby life for 8 years. He been in that baby life for 8 years. 8 years.
Because through his mother, yes.
It don't matter.
If him and his mom ain't together no more, he has to get permission from his mama.
No, he got permission.
Through his mother.
He got permission. The mama ain't stopping him.
How do we know? See, that's why I wish that nigga was still in here. How do we know that?
Why did he buy him a court?
AJ, this is your first go round with 30 round. This is not ours. He has been telling us this story for the past couple of weeks, so we have way more context. The reason why we said that he's triangulating the mom, the girlfriend, and the baby mama is because, for one, he already said the other week that he was hiding information from the girlfriend, didn't want her to beat the baby mama because then she would tell her extra stuff. Then he just sat here in this live and said that he was with the baby mama for 5 years, that he was raising the boy as a stepdad for 5 years. He broke up with the mom and he said, I don't fool with him anymore because he's not a child anymore because he's in middle school. And then went on to say, but last year I got him something for Christmas. So the child that he does not fool with, the one that he said he don't fool with because he don't fool with the mama because she crazy. He just said that he bought him something for Christmas for a child that would lead him to believe, hey, this man who was my father figure for 5 years is probably going to be back in my life because he bought me something for Christmas that I probably wanted. That is why that's weird behavior.
And I'm only saying because his dad, the child's dad, is a piece of shit, and I don't want this. And I'm not adding or. That's what he said. He said his daddy ain't shit, and I wanted to get that nigga a basketball goal because I know that'll make that nigga feel better. So,
and we're trying to point out to you that this was your one shot to tell him that he also was a shit.
Oh, he very much so isn't shit,
That
brother.
makes that nigga some shit.
Hold on, I got something for
How
you.
does that make that nigga not shit? And he buying a
Because he said he don't fuck with that baby. Because he said he don't fuck with that baby after he was in his life.
That's another man's child.
It's not another man's child. That child is their own person. That's how, once again, you're giving too much away, brother. This I knew he was lying the whole time. You don't even know what you're talking about. It is that child is his own person. That child is not. It's exactly, which is a person. I don't know if you know that. You know, children are people, right?
Can that child get his own basketball goal? No, and his daddy ain't finna give it to him. So I got
what that got to do with anything? Tonight just
understand what he's trying to say to you. The association of that's another man's child is. Look at the child as its own human being. That is a child in and of itself that you had a relationship with. So you saying that's another man's child is completely irrelevant. No, that's little Tommy, who you knew for 7 years.
Because it was another man's child when he was living with him too.
Exactly.
And that bond,
his mama, he was another man's child too.
And that bond made me care enough about this kid
to buy him a court.
Fucking basketball goal.
Every now and again.
That the bond was severed when the tie
that I didn't have to do.
I didn't have to do. See, sounded good. All right.
You see how the bonds AJ, you don't see how the bonds that tied them together was his mom's vagina, and once he didn't have access to his mom's vagina anymore, those bonds were severed. When you have an actual bond with a child, hold on, AJ. When you have an actual bond with a child that you live with for multiple years, if you're not involved with the mom still, and you've claimed that you care for this child, you will continue to care for that child after the fact, especially because he has a child with the boy's mom.
With permission from the mother.
Wait a minute.
She's fine. Let's just assume she's fine, because she is fine with it. She's fine with it. You got to stop saying that. Go ahead, BBG. I'm sorry.
He still sees that child because he has to go get his child.
That's what I was saying.
He had an issue with the fact that the grandma wouldn't be willing to watch the other kid. Like that, he definitely is around that kid because he knows that the mom is watching the boy and not the granddaughter. Yep. But the craziest part is he sees that there's something wrong with her wanting to watch one and not the other. But he doesn't see anything wrong with the fact that he wants to do for one child and not the other, a child that he was already doing things for. Why did he start in the first place if it was another man's child? It was another man's child when he was living there, feeding him, helping him with bedtime and homework. It was another man's child then. What?
Yes, but if there was a disconnect between him and the child,
you don't have to make any assumptions. There wasn't. There wasn't.
What do you mean there wasn't? There is. They're not together anymore.
That's it. But the child is the same. AJ, the same logic applies to if it's your biological child. It's the same thing. Yep, he's not in a relationship with the mother anymore, but he's still responsible for that child. I'm not saying he has the same level of responsibility, right? I can give you that. If you want to make that thing, he don't got to send child support checks in for the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with you, right? But he should definitely not cut off his fucking relationship because he said, I don't fuck with him. That's what he said. He said, I don't fuck with him. But he just showed up and brought that nigga a coat. I mean, bought him a court for Christmas. Fine. You saying he didn't have to do that. He didn't. He would have been better off not doing that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's better, if you're going to sever the tie, it's better to sever the tie. It's better just to cut it clean and not fuck with him no more. But every single time you do shit like that, you reopen the wound. You reopen the possibility, like you're jerking the child back and forth. That's more detrimental. That's selfish.
So you don't see how there's no aspect in this where y'all can look at it and be like, damn, that's the kindness of my heart.
No.
I used to raise this little nigga.
No.
I know his daddy. I
No.
know his fucking father.
No.
Y'all are actually fucking insane.
No.
I'm not gonna hold you.
No.
That's insane.
No.
That's insane that y'all think so little of a nigga that he can't just
No.
have the kind of his heart.
Nah.
Help this little nigga
He ain't
out.
being kind, nigga. He ain't being kind, nigga. Let me read these real quick. Nigel said, you always up here sucking dick, AJ.
Tell them go fuck themselves. Your mama sucking dick.
Dorga said, like Fuha and James stood up for Schultz, you mean? They did not. She was being facetious. Aqua said, quote, pub pandering to women is worse than being a deadbeat. To them. So Nigel said,
Is that money to say you that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
To Nigel said, no, they're saying that that men think that that's worse than yeah, he's saying that's worse than being a fucking deadbeat. No. They're saying that that men think that's being worse than a deadbeat. To Nigel said, see, I love women. We just care on a deeper level. I want to pay bills for women. Meanwhile, men still talking about if she like you, she doesn't need a date. Bums. Crazy work. Cry said, E-Love dropped, and I just want to say, quote, I agree with that decision. That nigga was saying he agreed a lot. Logic said Pub uses the DI system for his friendships. I do. And Tilly said, not only do they abandon their own children, 30 round out here abandoning all kids. Hey man, I pushed this to the limit, y'all. I gotta go. I got an appointment. I gotta go. You know, we're gonna do the Audacity podcast in about 15 minutes. So I gotta go get ready for that. Ma said, we look at it from the view of the child. Try it, right? It ain't, Ma, that's what I'm saying. Isn't that hard to look at it from the perspective of the child? Seems fairly easy to me. That's what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, that seems fucking crazy. Akiko said, why they stay so focused on, quote, another man's child and not, quote, this is the child of the woman, of the woman I love. Tired of these goofy ass mofos. They don't care about none of the babies. Let me spare. I'm gonna spare y'all the suspense. They don't care about they babies or the other woman baby. They only showing up for their baby out of obligation, maybe from the court or they mamas or some other woman putting pressure on them. But they don't really give a fuck about none of the babies. Tonight I said, you better at it than my mama, ho. Damn, she said you a pro at sick and duck. Hey, but on
can't even fucking spell. That's crazy. Pay money to be illiterate.
Wait. Who's actually illiterate? Why you say that? Tonight was definitely not illiterate.
It was a joke that went over his head.
Oh, okay.
He didn't get that. That was a terrible joke.
My fault. I didn't know. I didn't get what he was saying. Hey, but on some real shit, I gotta go. I gotta get ready. Hopefully they send me the email. I ain't seen the email yet. So I'm gonna go check Audacity with YV.
Sovereign Woman's project.
Sovereign Woman and YV edits. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm about to go do that shit.
Well, good luck.
Thank you, man.
Enjoy.
Love y'all. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get up with Shaw. All right, man. Peace out to the tappers, yappers, and super chatters. Shout out to the best minds in the business, man. Everybody that joined the panel, I love y'all for real, for real. Haters come back tomorrow. We did it, Joe. All that good shit.